Content and services grew 61%, 58 points of help from Activision there. So overall, it's 3 points of growth. Hardware is just in the toilet. Basically, I don't think it really makes business sense for Microsoft to be investing in this next generation of hardware. Am I glad that they're doing it? Yeah, I suppose I'm glad, but I don't get why that investment is being made when you can't even sell your current console and you can't give people a reason to buy your current generation of console. Like, clearly it's not happening for them, right?
It's obvious, folks, that there's some lying or some deceitfulness or lack of pure fanship. And, there's words that have already been hijacked enough, like console wars, fanboy, you know, things that we use to minimize what we really, really see. There's a lot of characters in the field. And I really don't understand why things have gravitated to such goofiness. But this is where we're at, people. We're at a time where people with platforms, these so-called influencers, or people with just not even a massive following, I should say. These are not like huge YouTubers. They're plants. They're just put here to be talking pods in the gaming community. But what's so obvious, they're poor actors, right? Because what's so obvious is that they lack the culture, they lack the language. It's like they're invented just to say things, just to get a buzz. Well, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we're going to get relieved of some of that. Welcome to Di-RRec Gaming.
The following is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
$30 below, what's going on, man? It's good to be back, people. It's good to see the mighty chat pack. It's good to see how we remodel things. Our words are for the encouragement of the Xbox community. They feel threatened about Xbox fans. I'm gonna make some clear distinctions, y'all. As to, it's just clear. It's day and night, really. It's not even hard to see, y'all. And I don't understand why those that are in high places, they look down on stuff that are just obviously seen. The homie, the Gaming Prophet NYC, the Rooster, made a point today that you can't even make this stuff up, y'all. Shout outs to the mighty chat pack. Shout outs to Talos Reed. Shout outs to Ray Chi and 30 below so far. Welcome everybody. There, my man Varun Sky. Varun Sky. My man Varun Kai Spy, man. What's up, baby? We see you. There's a lot of people loving that game, man. There's a lot of people loving Flight Sim. Okay, it wasn't that long ago, right? Where people were losing their minds all across social media. And we know why. It's not like they losing their minds. It's just, I don't know, man. These false prophets out here never get old. He made a post today, and it was bullseye. Because we tend to pick and choose what we want to be dumb about. And I get it, I really do. But what cracks me up is when you get these fake Xbox fans, these fake Xbox guys, right? That want to sit up here and act like they really for Xbox. That it had a problem with Xbox out here having some humor with the this is an Xbox. Now, I don't even have to look at the page. I don't have to look at the pictures. And I could tell you that the ghost in the shell that I've been speaking about for years, right? The ghost in the shell. It's not hard to understand what Xbox is all about. First of all, if you just think Xbox is a console, then you've been lost for a long time. And there's no real reason to talk to you. But for those who actually have an intelligent brain, they know that Xbox is a platform. It is a gaming brand platform by Microsoft. It's just that simple. It's nothing hard. That's not hard to understand. So, of course, the majority of people understand Xbox as a console. We also understand that Xbox is in a laptop. We also understand that Xbox is in a handheld. We understand the Xbox is on a tablet, on your phone, you know, or by a remote, but by your TV. Nobody is confused about that. Nobody. You know, if you want to play stupid and dumb on social media and you make it seem like, oh, you don't understand what Xbox is saying or doing. And I actually left out another one. Xbox is also a VR set. Because anytime Xbox can go somewhere to be played, that's what Xbox is. It's never been something that was limited to a console. Now, here's the key word, people. Never. There's always been Microsoft PC games. There's always been Xbox games on PC. Halo was on PC from the beginning. From the beginning. This PC Xbox thing isn't nothing new. But if we want to be silly, if it's all about social media takeover, then so be it. But here on Di-RRec Gaming, we're not going to play the 75% game, nor are we going to follow anybody's trends or mimic other people. Each one of these gentlemen here, excluding my man right now, Spark 117, do the work, and my other partner in crime, Crazy Luke, taking care of his wife. We're glad she made it out of town. Spending some time with his wife tonight. I commend these guys because there's not a lot of people who really stand on their toes for Xbox, bringing that excitement and passion for what Xbox does. Before we elaborate and go even further into the details of the titles of what I put up here, I just want to come out here and speak to the chat. And when I'm speaking tonight and to my brothers up on the panel, I want them to actually give me their truest opinion on what I'm talking about. Because this is just me. I'm not somebody who just happened to hop on the scene with Xbox. And, you know, I'm not one of these guys that just use Xbox for leisure entertainment. I'm one of these players that actually indulge into the ecosystem. I try to use every bit of utilization that I can out of Xbox, whether that's in the gaming community, in the clubs, in the party chats, get-togethers and play these games. I try to record gaming events with other Xbox people who might be good or not at a video game, but the essence of trying to capture the community, right? I'm a person that comes from being really out here in the communities, using gaming as a way to bring kids in and keep them out of the streets from doing negative things. So social media life isn't something that I fake around with just to get on social media and be faking. Everything that you see about me is 100% pure. Realists can attest to that. Teknoblast can attest to that, or anybody that's ever met me can attest to that. I don't make up who I am up here. This is who I am. Anybody that I don't shy away from being an Xbox fan. I never have. Everybody that's known me knows the type of passion and fun that I have with Xbox brand, you know. So when I see things that Xbox is doing, whether it's even people they put in place to talk for Xbox, I remember coming from a place before these people were even put to where they were at today. All right, I'm talking about before them. When we used to have Larry Herb out here, right? Larry Herb wasn't a young guy, but Larry Herb understood the importance of making things feel exciting. That's what I appreciated from Major Nelson. It was his excitement. There was never a dull moment with him when it came with Xbox. When you see people like Benny, there's no dull moment because the guy literally came from Call of Duty being the #1 guy in the world in his heyday. When you see this guy on the Xbox shows and he's talking, you see excitement. When I see my man Sad Shadows from the Gears of War community, for years, since Gears of War even started, this guy's still to this day, people, making Gears of War content. I see his passion. My question is, why are we not putting these people in the forefront to speak on Xbox when these guys actually put the work in on Xbox? So this isn't a knock to anyone, right? But when I see certain shows and I see people talking, it's boring. It's just flat out boring. And the devs who've been working their butts off, this is what they have to get. They're not getting somebody that's passionate about Xbox, that's really passionate. They're getting robots. Anybody can say anything. But do you really speak the language of passion? These devs want to hear how cool their game is in a passionate way. Now, people, well, what's legal talking about in a passionate way? There's this word called approach, right? And if you don't know what approach means, then you don't know what we're talking about. But there's a way to have an approach about anything. And when we're having an Xbox show with an Xbox interview, and we have devs involved, and we just act like it's just, you know, the level of excitement is at a 70. That's doing Xbox no justice. It's doing Xbox no justice. We have to get the energy because that's what Xbox is built upon. Energy. Energy. Feel excited. Energy. We have what? 3 games in Horizon right at our fingertips. 1, Stalker 2. Massive hit. Massive hit. Y'all saw the news. Massive hit. We got Indiana Jones coming right behind it. And then we got a Valve coming right behind it. And you got average excitement because you have average people speaking on it. These are not people that are known for being in the Xbox streets. Nobody knows these people like that in the Xbox streets. Just because you put them in a position doesn't mean, oh, this is the whole situation here. It's boring. It's corny. It comes off like, you know, like, hey, let's just speak about these things and then that's it. When you actually have people who have dedicated their time, put the work in on Xbox for years, and we don't do anything with them. What's the difference between them? If this is a social media era that we're stepping into, use the ones that bring the excitement. Use the ones that bring the excitement. Can't get excited for anything. We already have enough negativity on Xbox. Let's stop pretending. Direct gaming don't be pretending nothing. Xbox is always getting negative press. They were confused just a week ago, everybody, about what's an Xbox. And then today, Sony comes out and lets them know what's a PlayStation 5. They calling this PlayStation 5 portal. They done went up in their attics, dug out their daggum cardboard boxes, pulled out the portal, went back into their houses, turned the damn thing on just to find out they can play PlayStation 5 games without their PlayStation 5 turned on. But guess what you still can't do? You can't go everywhere with that thing because you got to have an internet connection. So what's the big deal about? They wrote articles and articles and articles and articles about this. Like there was something to talk about. It goes back to what I was saying. They go out here with these 4-point antler photos as if they actually hunted something. They talk about things that didn't change. Nothing changed other than old games. We've been already talking about the PlayStation 5 and its old games. So once again, you're trying to deceive the followers by thinking that something special has happened, when in reality, nothing special has happened. They've already played Spider-Man. How many times do you want them to play Spider-Man? Just because it's on a portal, it's still Spider-Man. If it's on their monitor, it's still Spider-Man. If it's on their TV, it's still Spider-Man. They're still playing a game that they've already played and put away. You're still bringing up Play Ratchet and Clank. They've already played it. Well, I mean, I get it. I get it. Mr. Totoki was right. So far, Mr. Totoki has a lot about a thing. He told us all that they got to make them, they got to get those returns off those old IPs. And man, is he doing it, or at least trying. There's nothing new coming up out of the PlayStation's mouth. Nothing new. It's all remakes, remasters, or old games. Replay value is at 0. But they want to keep pushing these games through different avenues to make you think something's different is happening with the PlayStation 5 when there's nothing different happening with the PlayStation 5. But on the other hand, Xbox just can't miss right now. It's grand slamming at every pitch, at every single pitch. It didn't matter if it was a third-party game to a first-party game. Microsoft with Xbox hasn't missed all year long. And what do you get out of the media? A bunch of nothing. But as soon as one Xbox guy gets up and acts like it's the best thing that happened in this year for Xbox, they clown him. They want to make it seem like, oh, he's the worst thing. He's a corporate slave, or you can't be a happy Xbox fan out here on social media. It's almost as if whatever Microsoft does, we get confused about it. You had everybody out here talking about, I'm leaving Xbox over marketing fun. But guess what? This is what's funny. The same thing they were talking about, that there was no need for an Xbox, just slapped them all in their face today. But you don't hear one galloping hoof. You don't hear no hee-hawing nowhere. It goes to show you the fakery around here. So they're okay with knowing, right, y'all? They're okay with knowing there's no reason to buy a PlayStation 5. Right? You flip the notion right back on them, and they're okay. They're not arguing. They're not going to debate the fact that Sony just said, listen, you can just buy the handheld portal and you can play your PlayStation 5. You really don't have to buy a console to play PlayStation 5. Well, that's not newsflash. That's not newsflash. You can have a PC and play PlayStation 5 games. You can get Shadows and play PlayStation 5 games. You have a handheld player. That's not nothing new. But the fact that it's coming from a PlayStation product, that's amazing that nobody's confused right now. But you're not going to hear no articles because we know who the articles come by. We know. We know. But they think that, I don't know, that it's like you have to be a certain way out here. I'm not going to be a certain way out here. I'm going to be me. I'm talking from a standpoint of somebody that's been on Xbox for over 20-some years. There's plenty of people out here with no platforms that know Xbox very well. They can see bullshit a mile away. They can see when things aren't authentic a mile away. Forgive us with Game Serials tonight. He's been having some technical difficulties with his connection. But it's hard to not play things off when you see Xbox doing so well. Call of Duty out here selling the hell out of Game Pass for Microsoft. When nobody thought that Game Pass was going to strengthen itself. People were doubting that. People were doubting that Call of Duty being on PlayStation was going to somehow make Xbox look bad. And then the poor news came out. You can't make Xbox look bad because right now Xbox is owning all the games that people want to play. Period. Shout out to my man Drawn TJ. Appreciate all the love, man. You can't get mad at what Microsoft is doing when everything that Microsoft is doing is grand slamming. It's having a huge success. What are we doing out here? I saw people talking down Stalker 2. For me, Realist and Game Serials, for me, right? As long as I've been playing video games, I used to sit there and listen to you guys. Y'all was invested in those magazines and knowing who the developers were, like my man the General was. He could tell you the developers' names. Sometimes when I'm talking to Game Serials, he'll go all the way back in the day and he brings up developers' name. When I was a kid, I didn't care about that stuff. All I cared about was getting my hands on the game and playing it and building my knowledge off of that. But I admire you guys for paying attention to the devs back then as kids.
I don't think we did as kids, though. I think we just knew, like, gaming was new back then. I'll let you get back to it. But gaming was new back then. We didn't care who was making the games. We knew the company on the box. We didn't know the developers and the directors and things like that. As we got older, what is the word? I want to say for lack of a better term, we evolved as fans. We start digesting more and more information about games, industries, where they come from, how they were conceived. When you were a kid, you didn't give a fat rat. Go ask one of your babies if they care about how Roblox or Fortnite is put together. Who conceived Fortnite? Where did it start before it became Fortnite? They don't care. But if they grow up to be game fans, then they'll invest more time into gaming, learning about where it comes from. Because that's what I was telling, like, my boy. He likes Assassin's Creed games. I said, so you're a Ubisoft fan. I don't. What do you mean? I said, well, I mean, you like Assassin's Creed. Have you tried Far Cry? Yeah, I liked Far Cry. He asked me for Avatar when he saw the trailer. I said, you're a Ubisoft fan. So now that you know Ubisoft, you should try looking at, you know, what they make, what other games you might like, who was over that game. You know, that's more sophisticated. You know, you see something you like it. That's why the trailers always show the game in the best light. But when we were kids, we don't care. And that goes for Hebot, Game Heroes, me too. We read the magazines, right? But they didn't really talk about all that. Like they did kind of highlight developers and directors at times, but we were reading, but we were really looking at the pictures and advertisements. And there was, I can't remember the magazine, but one of them gave us a free demo disc. Some of us was buying magazines just for that free demo disc, so that we could play all the games. What about you, Legal? Did you have the demos or not?
I remember I know what you're talking about. Is that even the Xbox magazine, official magazines had them in the very beginning. So I know what you're talking about. But there was a magazine that specialized in that. I forgot the name of it too though. But I do know exactly what you're talking about.
I know it was $8.99 when everybody else's was $5.99. That's what I do know. I can't remember the name of it. But hey, who was that goofy dude you had in the beginning that you played?
You didn't recognize that voice, did you?
I don't listen to a lot of these weirdos.
I'm gonna crack you up when that was Destin.
You know what? It sounded like Destin. So that's Destin's. Maybe is that in context?
Yeah, that wasn't.
So he's saying that Xbox should stop selling consoles.
Here's what he's basically saying. It doesn't make sense for Microsoft to make Xbox because no one's buying them. What? But that's like this one. Realist.
I just want to bulletproof things because, like,
keep a note on that.
You sure that's in context? Because
I can play it again.
I heard everything you said, but sometimes you have to hear what somebody said before they said that, because he knows better than that.
Realist.
You said you want to get into it later. We'll get into it later.
Right, realist. Listen. That's what I'm saying, okay? That's why we're going to get into that later. That's where we're at now. Because realists, this isn't the first time we've heard this before, okay? That's why I did that. There's people, we're talking about the influence, okay? That's why they're really here. For those people that don't understand the purpose of the influencer, go study about it. Influencers don't mean that whatever they're doing is just real. Because you see these planet views out here, it's all plant work. It's all put there for a purpose of marketing. It doesn't have to be, it's not coming from a real source. It's not coming from the heart. It's just say anything that catches. Now, it tells you that a real Xbox fan, right? Because the guy will tell you in a heartbeat, yeah, I like Xbox and this and that. But real Xbox fans don't talk like that. There's no real Xbox fan that's gonna say, I don't think it makes sense for Microsoft to make consoles anymore. And you're an Xbox fan. We don't talk like that. So where does that come from? We know where it comes from. Oh, it's the least selling, but what it goes down to the console talk every time with these guys, because the console talk will always favor who? PlayStation over Xbox. But we're in 2024, people, and what they still won't recognize. This is my point. Still to this day, they won't recognize that Gamepass is whooping everybody's ass. And the one game that is just cashing in for Microsoft is Call of Duty. And they want to stay away from that, J-Mac, because they know, look, I thought everybody was talking 70-30. It's not 70-30. It's 80-20. They did. They became popular during the generation of the anti-gamer. They did. That's facts. And when you look at this 80-20, you got to understand retail. So J-Mac, you old school, you OG out here. You a root gamer. You've been playing video games for a long time. But you also understand the pocketbook. That's right, V Records. Shout outs to Stalker too. We're gonna talk about Stalker too. We're gonna give it his flowers in a minute. Appreciate you though, man. Appreciate you. When you pull out your wallet, you go to the store, right? And you are getting a sale, whatever that price is. And let's just say it's a 10% tax, right? So you got to pay a 10% on the tax. I'm using 10% as just an example, people. So if I have to use 10% as a tax, right? That's extra money that I have to come out of my wallet just to cover the tax, and then I'm good. What I'm trying to get y'all to think is 20%. For all y'all that don't understand what 20% is in the pocket, here's 20%. 20% is just an extra tax fee that you're getting back. So if you see a sale out there that says a 20% sale, all you really did was pay your tax and get what you paid your tax back to your wallet. So basically you just evened out in your wallet. That's a 20%. Now anything over 20%, you're actually gaining something there. So let's just say a 30%. So what you did was you paid the tax, you got back what you paid the tax, and then you earned what you paid on tax. That's 30%. Now just keep adding that up. Keep adding that scenario up, right? So can you see why 80% is like a wow moment? Because look at that. 80% of how I just spoke go all the way up to 80%. That's money that Microsoft is making. Now, Sony's making only 20% off of Call of Duty. They're just getting their taxes back. That's it. That's pretty bad, y'all. 80-20 is not good at all. It's not good at all. And you got people out here not understanding the checkmate problem. For every time this game gets played, and it hasn't even got worse yet, Rachie. This is when it gets bad, future generations. Here's where it's going to get bad. When Call of Duty gets on Nintendo Switch 2. Because I believe the Switch 2 is going to have it. Now, that's going to be another platform. So not only is Call of Duty going to be on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation, but then it's going to end up being on Nintendo. And look at the money Microsoft is going to make then. Think about it. This is going to be ridiculous. JMac, that's it. That's why I use JMac. An old school consumer understands exactly what I'm talking about. Look at that right there. Now, before we talked about that, you had people out here, even in the media, trying to make people believe that because a game might sell somewhere else, that they're going to profit more than Microsoft. How stupid can one be? You just can't be this stupid, right? But in this era of social media, we don't have a choice anymore, gamers. We don't. And it's not PlayStation fans. Real PlayStation fans don't think like that. Real PlayStation fans are not even happy with the PlayStation right now. They're complaining. They should be. Because PlayStation, if you follow them, you cannot be happy about what's going on with them. You can still be a fan, but you can't be happy. There's a lot of robbery going on to their own fan base. There's a lot of stealing and deceptiveness, and nobody wants to cover this. Nobody. It hurts when we talk about somebody's favorite gaming platform. Nobody wants to hear that. Well, try being a real Xbox fan. Try every time you go on the internet, all you seeing is some fake bullshit ass doom and gloom all the time. And there's nothing to doom and gloom about. So now we can go to Stalker, right? I saw people making fun of the devs. This is the generation I gotta see right now. This is what I was talking about, realistic games. Being in this generation right here is funny as hell, because those keyboard warriors, man, you gotta love them. You know, to criticize Stalker 2, I don't understand how anybody can criticize this game. This is not an unusual situation where we criticize a game, people. These dams actually went through it. They went through hell, people. You know, I can only imagine your baby, your father to a baby, and you being torn away, and you don't know where your mama or your daddy, your grandparents, your sister, your brothers, your family. All you keep hearing about is bombs blowing up around in your neighborhood. You know, your team decides to stay and fight. You find out some of your teammates and the development teams have been killed in the line of duty. You happen to be displaced, removed, going to another country to be exiled. You grabbing whatever you can, any loved one you can, to take with you. You don't know if you'll ever see your country again. It's just, and they had to make this game with all of this going through it. And you would think that gamers would have some decency and understanding of that, and don't compare them to a normal situation. Like, don't compare them to people who are not in despair, who had 6-7 years to make a game, and the game comes out and it's just horribly buggy. We're not talking about Spider-Man 2. We're not talking about Spider-Man. We're not talking about a Starfield where you had to go in and correct the bugs. We're not talking about games like that. We're talking about a game where the actual development team got split. Literally got split. They were going through hell. And this was the only way to get through it and survive and make a living. It had gotten down to just that. For them to have pulled together, exactly, for them to have been pulled together to find the will to keep creating this game, because they're in this crazy world, right, along with us, where they're so passionate. That takes passion. That doesn't take a regular mindset developer. It takes passion to keep going. So don't tell me that game doesn't deserve the praise. I don't care if that game doesn't get an award. I don't care what these cockadoodle doers say about the game. I don't care if it doesn't get any recognition. The gamers have spoken for the game. That's all that matters. Awards don't feed their babies. Gamers do. Your hatred don't feed their babies. The wallet speaks. You speaking highly of them don't feed their babies. Your wallet speak. And the wallets of the PC and Xbox community have spoken. It's just what I love to see. The Xbox community is so beautiful. You don't have nothing to worry about, because it's the platform of legs. PlayStation is the platform of diapers, while Xbox is the platform of track stars. Our games just run and run and run and run and run. They over there changing diapers every day for PlayStation. Somebody's pampering PlayStation. You got these influencers up here being fake and phony, man. Stop. Stop. Stop being fake and phony, man. Stop. Y'all ain't even putting work in Xbox. Y'all aren't even putting the work in. Some of y'all ain't, y'all too scared to even come down here. Y'all won't even recognize real channels. And there's real channels for each platform. That's right, Cygnus. Hey, Cygnus, speak your pride, man. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with people having passion for what they like. I can relate to that. but you know what I'm saying? Like, when I was watching that, I was like, man, we really criticizing a game where blood, literally blood, sweat, and tears happen. Yeah. That's the pamper league. They always need pampering. Look what they just did, man. They made something positive out of that PlayStation 5. I mean, out of the PlayStation Portal news. They made something positive out of that. They literally did what they had to do to make something positive out of that. But at the same time, when Xbox came out, having a little humor to what we should already know, right, about Xbox, people got mad. It just goes to tell you, people, that these folk ain't real. It's like Game Shrills would say when he called me, legal. If these people aren't so happy with Xbox, leave. Just leave. That's the solution. I don't need to hear you on the internet like what you say gonna matter. I'm gonna leave Xbox. But you're not mattering because the numbers don't reflect that you matter. All of y'all can leave, it wouldn't matter. Y'all are the 0.00001%. Nobody cares about what y'all gonna do. Go buy a PlayStation 5 Pro and show everybody just how much you love playing them old ass games. Go do it. Ain't gonna hurt me one bit. It's not gonna stop me from playing on my Xbox. When I turn my Xbox on, y'all are the farthest thing in my mind. Rachie says, remember people mad fun of the Logitech Cloud. You remember that? Realist knows for a fact because I went and bought it. Remember when people made fun of the Logitech Cloud device? What did that happen if it was branded on PlayStation? Exactly. I remember that. I bought it because I was a fan of the cloud. Reels made fun of me all the time. I talk about the cloud because it's always interested me. Shout out to my big brother Old School, where I got a lot of knowledge from him and Blue about the cloud. They've told me some secrets. I understand this powerful thing. And look what it did, Cygnus. Look what it did. In a blink of an eye, it made the portal look a little bit attractive. That's the power of the cloud. I kept telling people this. I said, man, it ain't nothing but an on and off switch with the cloud. You don't have to do a lot. A cloud will make something happen. It'll resurrect something. That Logitech was nothing wrong with that Logitech. The thing about the Logitech was you didn't have to be connected to your console. So if I'm not in my room, I'm in my living room, I can still play my Xbox. The problem with me and Realist was we were looking for the dream of the dreams, you know. And when the ROG Ally came out, I've never seen Realist. I've never seen this man more excited over a device since I've known him for about almost 4 years now. I saw this guy turn into a 10-year-old kid. He was so excited of the Raw Ally. He bought me
So
one.
excited. So
He bought me
excited.
one. There's
Hey, man,
not
not
a
fun
lot.
if the homies can't have none.
And you know what? And they wonder why I don't pay homage to the Xbox community.
Hey, bro, and I felt bad because you was on the G Cloud, man. It's like, man, this man needs to play some. He needs to play some native gaming, man. You know what I'm saying?
Look,
But see, you didn't have GeForce back then either. You got it now, but you
no,
didn't then.
right. Yeah, I didn't then.
You know,
But
GeForce right now or Luna are probably the best ones right now. The closest that you're gonna get to native. Because if you
right.
could, like, you were looking at xCloud, I'm like, I mean, xCloud has its moments, but it ain't ready yet. That's why it's still beta.
Pyro MD, you're right. Pyro MD said this about social media gamers. If they honestly were happy on your preferred platform, they wouldn't need to constantly talk about other platforms all day. Exactly. Exactly. If there's people on this platform, on social media platform, right? Pyro, that's been right, G man, stop hating. That's been doing the same energy. Literally, Pyro, you can't make this up, for over 10 years at tops.
More than 10 years.
Yeah, games more. Same energy now. And it ain't done nothing to Xbox.
It's more than 10 years. Same characters.
Yup.
And illegal. What year is this?
2024.
So let's get the next 6 years. 2030. Same characters doing the same thing next 6 years that we what? It's almost 17 years? Because let's do the math. 2013. Some of them start doing it in 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. That's 10 years, right? And this is 11 year. Yeah, almost 17 years. That's this next year is 12. 26 is 13. Yeah, almost 17 years. And they continue to do this. Some of them doing this since 2008.
I mean, you can't make this up, man.
I've been doing it since 2000. Hey, look. Hey, let the machine keep going. I ain't getting paid for doing this. Some of them doing this and they ain't getting paid to doing this.
Right. I mean,
there's a reason why the channels are dead.
You got people out here that talk about an update every single day. Game.
Why not? Why not?
Games.
Hey, listen, man.
Listen.
Hey, listen. He's making the money. Let the man make his money. You can't. Listen, the man got over 100,000 followers, dude. And to this day, people still listen to this dude.
Look, man, look.
Hey, look, we're not calling names out, but it is what it is, dude.
Look, man.
Hey, look, people continue to listen to his preview of Valve.
I challenge Microsoft. This is not.
Well, I know who you're talking about now.
Yeah, this is not.
It's not only him, really. This is a lot of them. It's basically a lot of them, man.
No, it ain't just him, but that dude has zero credibility.
Yeah, it's
zero. The man never had credibility when he first came in the gaming community.
Well, he didn't have credibility with the real ones, but the goofies, you know, and the little kids, you know, he does good editing. You know what I mean? But
no, I do his editing.
The dude, yeah. This is look, check it out real quick, because like Deagle was saying earlier, you know, people don't stand firm, right? Dude, if you like the game, don't say that you don't like it because other people say that they don't like it. If your first opinion is that it was good and you had fun with it, stick to that. Everybody don't have to like it. That was your opinion. But just because everybody else said it, oh, then he backpedaled on it. So now he says that this game, oh, it's looking great. Nobody's rocking with his opinion. I've seen the tweets on other people's video. I muted him along with a few other fake ones. But hey, he's got his audience. I don't interact with anybody that I know of that's really rocking with him. So, let him carry on over there. But he should have stood on what he believed in, unless he never believed it in the first place, and that makes him just a liar. Hold on, League. I heard you trying to jump in, man. What you saying, man?
Yeah, you're right. Like,
no, go ahead.
No, but listen, man. His videos is very top notch, though. I don't know who the editor is. His videos are top notch, dude.
I think it's
really top notch.
Game shows.
I think it's
Game shows. I got a question for you, okay?
Yeah.
You think it takes a powerful PC to do that?
Not really.
Game shows.
No.
It doesn't.
No, I can use Movie Maker to do that.
There you go.
Yeah, I think
but once you get to a certain size, right? He didn't pay for his PC, and more power to him. But I think it's him. I mean, because before he even had a huge, well, it's not really huge, but when he had a channel half that size, the editing was still on point.
Yeah,
like my thing is this: when you out in the streets, when you try to act like you are, right, and you blocking everybody because you don't want to be accountable for the stupid things you say, that's when I lose respect. It's not about look, I don't have a problem with anybody. All right, let's just make that clear. I don't have a problem with anybody. But if this is about Xbox, then gaming comes first. That's what I'm talking about. When I talk to you guys or Crazy Lou, when I'm over there rocking on Xbox with V Records, I know you dudes know how to play. I've been a witness to it. You guys have to go back and look at my action because my game ain't came up yet. It's coming. And then I'll have my time to shine. But what I've noticed is a lot of these cats, you don't see them playing. You don't see them playing. It's too much talking. Xbox isn't the platform of talkers. It's the platform of gaming. That's my point. We done got to and then people wonder why Xbox looks the way it looks on social media. Whoever right now is doing Xbox right now, give them their flowers right now. Because Xbox fans have been looking for continual excitement. The way they're doing a Valve, the way they just jumped in and got people getting prepared for a Valve, beautiful. Look, I'm gonna go ahead and say it right now. I do not care about the Game Awards. Microsoft can play it off all they want to with Jeff Keighley. I'm not playing nothing off of Jeff Keighley.
Hey, I'm gonna ask a question.
Jeff Keighley is who he is who he's always been.
Hey, hold on. I'm gonna ask a question, right? Because of Game Awards, right? The game of the year, right? Are these games the best-selling games this year? No. Like Metaphor, I'm playing right now. Amazing game, right? Amazing game. You can't take away Atlas.
I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm glad.
Yeah, but see, games like Astrobot, Baturo, what is the card game? And outside of Black Myth Wukong and Elden Ring Shadow, Elden Ring's a popular game. Final Fantasy is not a popular game, and Metaphor is not a popular game. It is a popular game, but it's not like for the masses, right? But you see, if you take this award seriously, like that means like I'm gonna take the Oscars seriously too, because if you watch the Oscars of all these years, right? the best picture doesn't mean the most popular, I would say, movies never win best picture. And certain movies can't really do it because like superhero movies or anything. Doesn't matter Rotten Tomatoes, you get a 95 on Rotten Tomatoes or 70 Metacritic score because they're really different on the movies in the gaming scale. Doesn't mean your movie going to win Best Picture. Best Picture was what the industry wants in the movie industry, right? So long story short, any movie get Best Picture from the Oscars, 95% of the audience like me, I ain't never heard this movie in my goddamn life. Like, so that's what Jeff Keighley trying to do. He's trying to take the. Now, I'm not saying he's trying to take the most popular game, because the most popular game right now is Call of Duty, right? So Call of Duty and Minecraft should win Game of the Year every year if you want to use popularity, right? So he's trying to take the very niche / popular, you know what I'm saying, legal game out there and put it into the Game Awards and start a controversy. And this man literally changed the whole entire rule set. Now DLCs and remasters could get nomination because he want to put Elden Ring in there. That's what he did. That's what he really did. Worst Space Marine.
Right.
Whereas other games could get nominated for Game of the Year. And my issue to the Game of the Year also, for example, Black Myth Wukong shouldn't be up there. I don't care 2 million people play that game. I don't give a crap. That game, like, why does that game up there in the first place? Like, the game got like 80 a Metacritic, something like that. I'm not saying the game is a bad game. I never played the game, but why is up there?
Because it's sold
Like,
25 million units.
But that's not fair though. Because then why Call of Duty Black Ops? No, it's not up there. That is still so legal. I'm asking the question: what was the best selling game last year? Not Modern Warfare 3. It was Hogwarts. You know why that shit couldn't get? Yeah, that didn't even get not in one award on that panel. Not even get nominated for best RPG. Not even close. And I never played Hogwarts. But see, that's the problem with his show, is that he's very biased against other genres. And he's not giving any other genres a chance. But he's trying to be like the Oscars. But you're not the Oscars. See, the Oscars does that. I understand why. Video games are not movies. You got to treat for example, right? Tekken. Why they can't get Game of the Year nomination? Because it's a fighting game. Forza Horizon. Why they can't get Game of the Year a nomination? Oh, because it's a racing game, but they nominate a card game. You don't make this shit up. I'm sorry, Curse, on your platform, but you can't make that stuff up.
But Game Heroes, don't you? I know you know this. It's more political than anything
else. It is more political. Yeah.
It's like the reason why Hogwarts didn't get shown off last year at the Game Awards was because of political reasons. And then you look at, they put a darling out there every year. You ever notice that? Like, they're starting to put a darling out there. A game that you know that's not going to win, but they put it out there. Mario Wonder last year.
Oh, Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing.
Well, Animal Crossing should have won. But anyway, so
I love Animal Crossing, but you know what I'm saying. But
look at this year, real quick. I'll be done. Then this year you have Astrobot and Balatro. You know they're not going to win Game of the Year, but they put these little darlings out there, and it also gives PlayStation some representation. Like, I don't know why Xbox fans complain about the Game Awards every year, knowing who runs the Game Awards, knowing his affinity, and still look for validation from that same award show. that's what I'm most disappointed with the Xbox community, for always looking for validation from places they'll never find it. But
You know why?
the Game Awards in itself, it's more politics than anything else. If it was a real Game Awards for the best game, Metaphor should win.
Yes.
Simply put.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah. Like no, you keep going. Keep going, because I think. Hold on, sorry.
Let me speak on J Mac. He donated.
Oh, my bad.
J Mac with the
Yeah,
contribution, man. You know, we love you, J Mac. You know how it is over here, man. We here to just discuss, man. We're here to discuss Slow Cook tonight. It's, you know, it's been a minute, but I just sometimes I get this sense of hypeness, and then it just goes back down again because of the way the wave goes. But when I come out, man, we're gonna cover all grounds. J Mac says you can tell how confident Xbox is the way they're dropping more than a pigeon with all of the deep dives. Xbox World Order is fully operational. Exactly. You're seeing Xbox is being more active. And that's all we've asked for. We knew it was there. We just needed it. There's nothing that can outdo Microsoft's marketing if Microsoft wants marketing. Let's just be honest. You know, so if we're going to do this thing called Xbox, there's no reason to be slacking about it no more, because as the future keeps moving, the hype for what they've said the next Xbox is supposed to be like is real. So let's start building on the excitement now. I think they're doing a great job with it. These games that are coming out, finally getting a chance to be under the Microsoft's makeup.
Mm-hmm.
We're seeing the differences in games, starting all the way from Alan Wake 2 up to Space Marines. Now we're getting the Valve. They came out. I love the way. Go ahead, Game Shirls. I'll come back to that. I don't want to speak on that right now. Go ahead.
All right,
go ahead.
but I'm not saying with the Hogwarts thing, right? It's political, right? So that means that he knows he's doing. And second of all, my issue of this Game Awards thing.
Exactly, Rachie. Right there. Exactly. I'm sorry.
I want to speak on that too. I'm going to speak on that too, because he has a point, but there's a reason why it's not going to get an award right now. But my issue is, who are these people who is voting or nominating these games? Do these guys play video games? Because I'm looking at these awards, right? Or these nominations, right? Stuff makes absolutely no sense at all. Even last year was bad. For example, Legal, I'm looking at, best sports, where is it? Yeah, best sports and racing game. You have F1 24, EA, all right, I call it FIFA. I don't call it that crap EA Sports.
Shout out to Metropolitan Gaming and Jeremy Merchant, man, for putting us all the way around the world in Australia, man. Shout out to Metroplex from Canada. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I don't call it FIFA. I call it FIFA. 2K5, Top Spin 25, and WWE 24. Where's college football?
I'm telling you, bro. Oh, man.
See, well, no, really. College football outsold all of these games.
Right.
Probably not going to sell 2K5. You know how popular that game is? And FIFA is a big-ass, game in the world. But college football is so really well in the U.S. Who the hell played Top Spin 25? But see, he knows what he's doing, though. And I'm looking at the most hype game coming out next year, or anytime. He said Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yeti, GT6, Metro Prime 4, Monster Hunter Wilds. Where's Fable? Where's South to Midnight? Where's Mafia? There's a lot of games coming out next year. There's way more, people actually hype for is more than freaking Death Stranding. I'm not saying Death Stranding is a bad game because it's not. I never played. Actually, I did play. I don't even like the damn game. But that's the problem. It's another one I have a problem too. Realist, and you will agree with me. Where is it? Where is it? I'm gonna see it right now. And this is BS. Hold on. Oh yeah, best ongoing game. Destiny 2. Why is Destiny 2 up? Even the community don't even like Destiny. Diablo 4. Final Fantasy, the MMO. Why is Fortnite up there? And who in the world put Helldivers 2, the best ongoing game? That game came out on February. So where's Sea of Thieves? Where's Forza Horizon? Where's Rocket League?
The reason why that's why a lot of people was laughing. You can
because that makes sense. Like right. it makes no sense at all. So why you can put Minecraft up there? So you want to start
Minecraft one?
Yeah.
Minecraft did win? The still playing console and PC game.
Like where's Apex Legends? Who the hell put Helldivers? Helldivers number dropped.
Look,
big time.
Nobody on the
Forza Horizon 5 has a lot of content. Sea of Thieves, even they put that shit on PlayStation, it still didn't get nominated.
Right. Look,
the point.
It was the console game of the year that nobody's playing. You can't make this up.
And last year, it was way worse than last year because last year, they correct this one right here, best independent game. So yeah, these are actually independent games. But last year he put David the Diver. David the Diver is not an independent game because that game was backed by a Chinese company. I forgot what it was called, Nix's, whatever. But see, my issue, legal and realist, who are these people nominated these games in these categories?
Look.
Nobody knows who these people are.
Games, look. Here's the
do these people play video games?
Games, look, man. Look. They put flop games. This you can't look at the end of the day.
You don't mean this shit up.
No, games, look. Look.
Go ahead.
You can't make this up, man. Best storytelling, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Best soundtrack, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I've never seen a flop game. Look, best supporting performer, Brianna White, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Best lead performer, Final Fantasy. I was like, dude.
Oh, hold on. Hellblade 2 even get nominated for best visuals.
No, best visual was Black Myth Wukong.
But Helldivers, but not Helldivers, Hellblade. It didn't get nominated.
No, it didn't.
Best art direction. I think that game looks incredible.
No, that's what people were talking about. You have to understand, Cygnus, that everybody is not for everybody. Just because you say devs, you know that. There's a stigma. It doesn't matter. There's biasness everywhere.
There is bias everywhere. Yeah.
There's biasness everywhere. In the beginning, when people saw,
but this is obvious bias.
Yes, in the beginning, when people saw Hellblade 2, right? Articles came out. People started speaking. And they were already talking about if this game doesn't get like best visual or something, then you know something's wrong. They said it off the top. But here's my thing. It doesn't matter what Xbox does. Xbox doesn't exist when the industry comes out of its shell and stands on the stage, it acts like Microsoft don't exist. And this is exactly why I love being an Xbox fan.
Mm-hmm.
Because no matter how bad the industry keeps trying to make it seem like Xbox kicking their ass in the bank, it's kicking their asses everywhere. Nobody's talking. See, here's the funny part. We're in a space now where games are winning awards that gamers aren't even talking about. Nobody's talking about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth because nobody went out and bought it. You got to listen to Square Enix. Don't listen to Legal. Don't listen to the realest one. Don't listen to Games Heroes. Listen to the damn company that the game was created from. The studio even said it. Nobody bought the game. So if nobody bought the game and they didn't live up to expectations, there's no difference with Hellblade. The difference between Hellblade and Final Fantasy VII is Final Fantasy VII wouldn't have made it at all if it would have came out around when Hellblade came out around. Hellblade dropped with all the multiplayer shooters and landed at number 32 as the only single player game. Mind you, it's a single player game. Dolomite, you here, man? I told you. You here? It's a single player game.
Okay.
Incredible story, right? And we're looking at a visual masterpiece. This game isn't something that's long-winded, comprised of a whole lot of element, tactical display. It's a more story-driven, cinematic experience. Okay? So if Hellblade is everything that a PlayStation experience is about, why come it wasn't talked about? Because it's an Xbox exclusive. That's why. The same thing that hurt them about Starfield. We watched them. They deliberately got sad, got hurt when they found out Starfield wasn't coming to PlayStation. So they sabotaged it. You saw none of the influencers step their game up to speak about against it because they're cronies, man. They're ducklings. They say one thing, they act one way, but their actions speak another way. They can't go against the machine that's feeding them. That's it. Pyro, listen. I wasn't even gonna do that, but let's just do it just so for anybody out there that's acting dumb can just keep acting dumb. So here's the sad fact. 72% of the judges for TGA are from outlets owned by Ziff Davis, formerly J2 Publications, which is a subsidiary of Sony's media journalism arm. We all know this. It's already been exposed. My homeboy old school, dropped all of this knowledge on Twitter X. This is not happening because, oh, look, it's just a collaborated effort. Devs are just we're talking common sense stuff, people. We're here to honor where the gamers were at. The games that made the biggest impact where the gamers were at. Let me tell you where the gamers weren't at. They weren't on Final Fantasy VII. PlayStation fans didn't buy the game. PlayStation fans didn't buy Hellblade 2. The only reason Hellblade 2 even exists is because of the PC community.
No, Helldivers, not Hellblade.
I mean, Helldivers, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it got confusing. Yeah, something is confusing.
Helldivers 2, thank you for correcting me. Helldivers 2, the PlayStation community didn't even go out and buy the game. Okay? Helldivers 2 is supported by the PC community. Black Myth Wukong is the only. I'm glad that they got that right. I'm glad they got that right. Astrobot ain't nowhere to be found. They got that right. Only donkeys dream about Astrobot winning the Gotti. Everybody in their right damn mind knew Astrobot When it don't got the PlayStation fans even buy the damn game. But hey, look, at the end of the day, when I'm about to talk about the Game Awards, if Helldivers did not sell well on console, no, it didn't. No, it didn't.
If Helldivers flop on PC, it ain't so well at PlayStation. That game, yeah, go ahead.
Games. Helldivers is a multiplayer game. Okay, so it doesn't matter if it sold. If it sold itself. The success of a multiplayer game is the link that it stays on. It doesn't matter. That's how it gets its money. It don't get its money. Helldivers, you buy a multiplayer game and you don't play it, you did nothing for it. You did absolutely nothing for it. So the game is still having legs on PC at a very small amount. It hit when Helldivers 2 came out on PC. It topped at 4,500 plus players, right? You go on Steam right now, it's at 20,000 people. I don't even want to talk about Helldivers 2 right now. Let's go to the Game Awards. The Game Awards has always been a show that is hypocritical to itself. I've actually had a talk with Jeff Keighley on Twitter myself. The man literally told me the reason why Forza Horizon 5 isn't up for Gotti nominations because it's a racer, and racers don't have story-driven narratives, and it doesn't have enough elements in it to be required for a Game of the Award show. Now here's where I laugh. A lot of people don't understand that Madden, the football game back in the day, won an award on the Game Awards. Madden didn't have a story then. It didn't have a story then. It didn't have where you could what you call it. It didn't have the fantasy league where you can actually go in, play for the season. It didn't have the franchise. And none of that when it won. It was just Madden football. Let's go. Let's speed it up. Overwatch, it won. It doesn't have a story. It's a multiplayer game. What else won a game? What else won at the Game Awards is hypocritical? There's one more that did that. Damn, which one was it? Y'all help me out. There's one more.
What game?
The game where he was telling me that these games that they had that they don't have story driven to them, so therefore they're not nominated. But we got Madden that won, we got Overwatch that won. None of these games got story driven pushes in them.
But you know what? Overwatch won though.
It doesn't matter. It don't have story.
I know.
Doesn't matter.
But I know. No. Listen. I know.
What do you know?
I know because Overwatch won because of Blizzard. But either way, right? We know that a lot of games that he does, genres, he snubbed because political reasons, and that's basically what it was. Everything that's what I'm trying to say. Like, who are these people who nominate these games? Like, for example, right? Hellblade 2 has 4 awards, right? Why that game can't even get nominated for Game of the Year? Well, a game like how many awards do Elden Ring has? Not even an award. See, that's the funny part about it. Elden Ring DLC only award he has is the DLC. They didn't get best story or best RPG 4. So Elden Ring got 4 awards. But why is a DLC is there? And who the hell heard of Balatro? Nobody heard of that. Did you ever heard of that game in your life? Not me.
No, I heard of it, but what I'm saying, you gotta have that. They're gonna have a darling every year. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. They're gonna throw they're gonna throw a darling out there that does not have a chance, but at least they gave it a chance. It was Plague's Tale before that. You know what I mean? There's always gonna be a darling that they throw out there.
That's funny.
But Space Marines should have been there before Balatro and Astro Boy.
No. I disagree. Really.
Yes. What?
No. You know she getting nominated?
Gang.
What?
Give me 1 second.
Hold on, Eagle. You know what she getting up?
No.
Okay.
Hold on.
He
I don't want to get too goofy. I want to stay right here. Overwatch got so popular that year, it's inevitable. Racing ain't doing that. You a liar, Cygnus. There wasn't a game on God's green earth more popular than Forza Horizon 5.
Man, you cut that nigga off so you can talk to that clown.
My point is, you can not only be hypocritical for PlayStation. That's all you can do. You can only keep making narratives as to why things happen. But guess what? Awards don't save none of these games. Guess what? Guess what happens despite all of this that's going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
All Final Fantasy games are coming to Xbox. Despite Hideo Kojima's games being only on PlayStation, right? Mm-hmm. PlayStation dictating the media, Hideo Kojima's bringing this game to Xbox. Mm-hmm. Despite the efforts of the haters of the Asian market putting Xbox in the back of their stores, right? Xbox is gaining ground in the Asian market now. Despite Metro media articles from the UK making bogus articles year in and year out, the PlayStation 5 don't sell over there. Only 4 million consoles in the UK. But if you read their articles, they make you think that PlayStation is the best thing that ever went besides a slice of bread.
UK or Japan?
UK. When you start to dissect the markets, right? Because PlayStation fans don't understand markets. You would think that everywhere in the world, PlayStation is just booming at, but it's not. PlayStation is a simple platform. It's very, very simple.
It's a casual box.
The reason why the PlayStation Portal today had to come out with the news that you can play your PlayStation 5 games on your PlayStation Portal was only to make the PlayStation Plus platform grow. It was to sell the premium tier, which Cygnus and any other PlayStation fan on this channel don't subscribe to. That's why I laugh.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying, gang? None of these guys are subscribing to anything that's actually helping PlayStation grow. They're doing nothing but typing hypocritical things. Because like I've always said, when y'all know me, this is stuff that's been going on for over 20 years. You can only lie to me about PlayStation. If you tell somebody the truth about PlayStation, no one would buy the shit. It doesn't make sense. So you make narratives and you put makeup disguises for it. You pamper it. But at the end of the day, y'all, you know what you got to subscribe to if you pull out your portal to play your PlayStation 5 games on it. That's PlayStation Plus Premium. Guess what y'all ain't going to do? Guess what Blood ain't going to do today? He ain't buying that damn premium. He probably doesn't even have the portal. But I want to tell him thanks for coming to the show. Yeah, thanks for coming to the show. Come on out here and talk to me. Put out all the narratives out. One thing the narratives ain't going to do, it ain't going to increase those subscribers. Guess what the Plus can't do? It can't get over 47 million. Guess what the Game Awards can't do for Sony? It can't increase the base. Guess what the Game Awards winning Gottis can't do for PlayStation? It can't get in a last place of profit. So tell me, who really looks more dumb, right? A community cheering for something that's truly in last place, and the only thing that you can do is scratch for narratives to make you think that because PlayStation is the most popular brand in the world, which it is, equates to it being the most successful, which it's not. And that's where it gets hilarious with y'all. Because yes, PlayStation might have all the revenue. Why do you think the articles always preach revenue to y'all? Because y'all were too dumb to understand that it's last in profit.
Yeah.
That's too dumb. They too dumb to understand that if something's last in profit, that means it's last, period.
Hey, hold on, Legal.
Hold on.
Really?
That means it's last, period. It doesn't matter what it does. It's last. So, to my Xbox comrades out here, you going to the Game Awards looking for Xbox was my question for years. Why do you look for Xbox when that's a donkey show? They got y'all thinking that the Game Awards matter. The Game Awards don't matter. It's an advertisement show. You know that. So get your trailer, enjoy whatever Microsoft says they're going to do, and go back to playing new games and exciting games. While the PlayStation fan, he looks over there, he dreamed about, look, I'm a cook. He dreamt about Spider-Man 2 winning a Gotti Award or any award at that. It flopped like 2024 at the Game Awards. So what are they going to do to this year? They're going to pray again that something happens just for the play. But no PlayStation game is going to win Gotti this year, right? So when nothing happens for them this year, guess what they're going to do? They're going to come out and tell Xbox fans on a donkey show that none of your games won anything. Make that make sense. The Game Awards is a donkey show. Why would Xbox win anything there? It hasn't won anything there, period.
No, not in the Spike TV video game war shows. They got nominated, but they never won nothing.
This is what they don't understand. Here it is, games. Here it is, chat pack. Here it is, realist. Xbox doesn't need pampering. Your Radiance, you come out of a gaming community that needs no pampering. Dolanite, you don't need a award show to make you feel validated as an Xbox gamer. You don't need it. Xbox don't even need it. Microsoft don't even care. There it is, Radiance. They don't know nothing about profits. This is why Totoki comes out and breaks their heart, because he don't stick to their narrative like failed Sean Layden, failed Jim Ryan, failed Sean, what's his name? What was the other dude's name? Andrew House. Failed Cascarot. Cascarot. All of these dudes failed y'all. Xbox still has Aaron Greenberg. Xbox still has Phil Spencer. And when they get new recruits, they do beautiful things like Sarah Bond. Just destroying y'all right now. You guys hope that Xbox saves PlayStation, because you really realize that PlayStation could have been gone last year after the FTC. After they lost that, if Microsoft would have made Call of Duty an exclusive, that would have been it for your platform. Your platform is only being held up by one game, and it ain't even y'all exclusives. It's not even your exclusive. PlayStation fans have already become the ant slave for Microsoft. The strategy is beautiful. A donkey can't come in here on Di-RRec Gaming and make sense. They can't. So let me tell you something. The strategy of Microsoft is so beautiful that, like Realist said, donkeys think that putting a game on their platform shows weakness. That was beautiful, man. When in fact, it shows strength. The one who's scared to put their games on other platforms is the one that makes the least money. That's the scary boy. PlayStation, because we know, just like they know, if you put your PlayStation games over on Xbox, people are going to start to see the superiority of Xbox on a PlayStation. It's the same thing with a PC. PlayStation ain't the superior console. It never has been. It's been a lying console. The PlayStation 4 wasn't a 1080p console. You was lied to. That's why they got sued at the end of the generation for all the lying marketing they did for that console. But you couldn't come out during that generation and tell a donkey that it wasn't. They believed everything. They believe anything that these articles tell them. That's why these articles pimp them. They can't come over here to the Xbox community and write anything. We're the ones that test them. They don't like us because we'll get on social media. We'll tag them. We'll make them look stupid. We question them. You guys are scaries. You'll come up on an Xbox platform thinking what you say matters. That's hilarious. An Xbox platform holds y'all attentions more than the PlayStation platforms. And we get it because they ain't talking to y'all like we talk to y'all. Y'all don't get nothing out of that. You know why? Because they talking Xbox shit on their platform. The Game Awards is a beautiful thing to a PlayStation fan that watches his games do nothing year in and year out. So at the end of the year, a PlayStation fan looks forward to a daggum show that's not going to give award to none of its games. You think just because it force-fed God of War and it force-fed The Last of Us 2, that all of a sudden y'all feel special because you got some Gottis. Those games ain't even nothing to brag about. Be honest. You bragging about a walking simulator, and then you bragging about a game using linear steps and prehistoric weapons to kill people with. You have really nothing to brag about. Nothing great. That's why you're not playing those games today. They don't have no engagement at all. One and dones. They're one and dones. They don't know what they be talking about, man. I don't pay them no attention. I'm just here. Don't give look. I'm just glad they here, man. But at the end of the day, just understand what you become. Here it is. You become the slave ant for Microsoft. Microsoft came in, right, with the force of the courts. Understand, the courts made Microsoft do this. But Microsoft is smart. They went on in there, right? They knocked down everything that was established within the PlayStation. They put 4 games on there. Then told y'all was gonna get Indiana Jones and Doom. Which watch this, y'all. Just want y'all to listen to me. This is beautiful. This is funny stuff. These games were already previously being made as third-party games anyway, right? But they're gonna give you third-party games anyway, right? Turn around and drop COD on your platform, which blindly made y'all love Xbox blindly like a bunch of wildebeests. Y'all herded up and bought Call of Duty. In tune, not realizing you became the slave ant. You became the slave ant by not even thinking. Now, if you watch how ants slave other ants, it's a beautiful thing. They come in, they raid those ants, they spray these chemicals on them to make them dumb. That's why I put that video out on Twitter X for all you donkeys to see the magic of what Microsoft just did to y'all. And then you guys came right out here, especially you, Cygnus, you my boy, but you came right out here, made me laugh last week, talking about how many copies Call of Duty sold on PlayStation 5, as if it was a victory. You got hit with that chemical. You came out here and spoke slave talk and didn't even realize it. You guys are the biggest contributors for Xbox now. And you do it blindly. Love is blind, baby. Love is blind. At the same time, you're doing nothing for PlayStation because you're only giving PlayStation 20%. Look. Then Xbox had to come out and let all you donkeys know just how much money they make off of Call of Duty. 80%. Then the articles come out early this week talking about the masses are on Xbox. You can't make this up. Wow, man. Thanks for the love, y'all. Sam Chance Gaming, man. Shout outs to damn. Hold on, man. Let me go back up here. Unbelievable. Thank you, Spotty. Thank you, Spotty Ring. Thank you, Talos Ree. Thank you, Raichi. Thank you, Sanchez Gaming. Thank you, Rock88. Thank you, Skater Lights. Appreciate it. We don't do the 75% here. There ain't no handouts here. What's up, man? Jago6, you already know. You home, baby. I appreciate Jago6, a veteran on Di-RRec Gaming. I appreciate you, man. You know it. Radiance 96, you already know you appreciate it. PlayStation gamers are keeping Xbox alive. Famo, you ever heard that game Operations back in the day where you had to operate? PlayStation fans are operating on Xbox, keeping it alive. Don't even know it.
Yeah, that's fact. Hey,
That's fact.
Hey, hold on, legal. Realist.
Hercule Barbarian, nice to have you around, man. Make yourself at home.
What you calling me, man?
Yeah, I would say the game of the year, like they should put Prince of Persia as game of the year. That was one of the best. Hey, hold on.
I think that's a better game than
I beat that game on my Switch. That is a really good game. Too bad nobody bought it. But if that game got a nomination for game of the year, that make more sense than that card game. Now, why is the odds that win game of the year? 0. But if they did win game of the year, I don't think people will be mad. I won't be mad about that because everybody loved that game.
Look, man, honestly, like when I look at game of the year, right, there's a lot of things that I'm gonna take into account. If it was my game show, innovation, right, hard work, effort, because like I said, the ponies will clean the Final Fantasy because it's still theirs as far as they're concerned, right? But the writing is on point, right? Metaphor, the writing is on point. Is there a lot of innovation? No. But if you take it for what it is, it's a great story. It's a new story. It's a new game. But Prince of Persia, that was the resurrection of the franchise. And unfortunately, it didn't work out for the studio. I guess you can kind of blame Ubisoft for the way they put the game out, since they didn't put it on the biggest PC platform, whatever. But console players didn't buy it either, and it was on everything. It's deserving. It's more deserving than Balatro and Astro Boy. Not saying that Astro Bot. Not saying that that's
Astro Boy and Astro Bot, man.
Not saying that that's a bad game. They're just more deserving games. Balatro, it's a game made by one guy. That's the political side of it. You're gonna have that darling there, the little engine that won't. But Prince of Persia does belong there before those games, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
And then Space Marine before Final Fantasy. See, they're trying. They wanted to put the first Final Fantasy, first part of the remake, right? They wanted to put that one in the Game Awards when that came out. So I guess every Final Fantasy remake is going to be a part of Game of the Year. I don't think that's fair, because there's a big play on nostalgia. When you bring out a game that that you already know is beloved, it's automatically a qualifier. You know what I mean? People wanted to throw Resident Evil in there. I don't think that that's right. Elden Ring already won Game of the Year. DLC should not be included. But you know what happens when you got Sony afraid to bring out new games, and you got games that what happens when they bring out The Last of Us Part One again? You know what I'm saying? It's like when Uncharted One gets remade, then they're automatically qualified because you have a whole fan base that loved those games once upon a time. And I don't think that's cool. I think that they should have they already have a lot of what do you call them? A lot of different categories. But what's one or two more? Best add-on or expansion. You know what I mean? Remake, because because there are plenty of remakes that come out every year. Hell, Legacy of Kain. You know what I mean? That's another one. You know what I mean? So that category could thrive. It shouldn't be with the new games. Space
lastly,
Marine should knock one of those out. I don't think Hellblade is the game of the year, but there's a lot of innovation and technology. To me, the game, as far as I'm concerned, is a tech demo. It's where I put the order. Like that was, but that game was horrible though. I couldn't get past
that,
2 hours without.
that game was bad, but
Ain't
that
gonna say
wasn't.
it was. Ain't gonna say it was dog. You know what I mean? Because like PlayStation people love pretty pictures. So you give them some pretty pictures, they they get stuck there and they think they're playing a good game. I mean, the game was pretty, but the shooting was horrible. I hated playing it. It was good to look at, but that's how kind of how I look at like Hellblade. It's more of a tech demo as far as I'm concerned.
But really,
So it should win at least one of the four that is nominated in, but I would not put it in game of the year. I'm sorry.
yeah, but really, they did it last
It's
year.
not game of the year material.
But hold on, Legal. They did it last year, right? So
They
last
did what
year
last year?
for a remake or a remake again of the year. Because last year they could put Starfield, Armor Core. I don't know, and I
Wasn't
don't know.
wasn't
They did
wasn't wasn't Starfield nominated for game of the year? Or
no.
no?
You know what? No, you know what nominee again of the year?
I don't know. I don't pay
Resident
attention
Evil
like you.
4. Resident Evil
Okay,
4. No, I don't.
well I knew that was a remake though. I
Yeah,
already
that was a
talked about
remake.
that.
That's stupid. That is
Well,
why you put Hi-Fi Rush there?
how about Rush in there?
Nope.
Hmm. Bro, I don't watch it. I
Oh, you don't
hadn't
watch it.
watched it. I hadn't watched it since the Xbox community got mad at Phil Spencer for being there without showing off a game. Like Xbox hadn't carried the video game awards the previous 3 years. You know what I mean? That's when I was like, okay, I don't think I want to
Yeah,
watch
I've
this.
seen that. Yeah, I've seen that. There's a lot of clowns in these tomorrow. Oh, Microsoft didn't even show nothing. Dude, they showed the console of the Game Awards. They show a lot of Hellblade too. They show a lot of games.
Perfect. They
They just
announced Perfect Dark.
perfect dark. What more? So if they announce no games in that Game Awards, who cares?
So look, and this is my problem, and this is like the biggest so-called figureheads in the Xbox community. Like PlayStation and Nintendo don't even show up, but we're mad at Xbox for not showing up. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
Right.
eventually,
That's good.
legal man, you gotta show off. We gotta talk about your boy. You know, I need to hear more about Destin and what you played in the beginning. But I don't rock with the Game Awards because it's fake. You know what I mean? It's like the games that the gamers, honestly, if you, I know that
You got
everybody
to
they
go
need
where I
to.
was gonna
I
go
know,
with it.
I know,
Right.
I know they need to be important or feel important. The media, but there should be some fan involvement. You know what I mean? Like, what are the gamers voting? Because it always differs from the media, and that goes to show, like, because it wasn't like that back in the day when we were reading, Electronic Gaming Monthly. We pretty much our opinion was pretty much the same as the people that were writing the articles. I can't remember which one it was. It had the little guy. It had fun factor, control, graphics, sound. Right, it had the little guy. He was yellow, or he was sad, or his head was frying because it was an excellent game. You know what I mean? It had the rating scale with the dude. A little yellow guy. His hair looked like it was electrified when it was a good game. Anyway, uh, you pretty much align with those people. You know, there's a disconnect now. The media is taking on a whole different meaning. You know, they want to teach and preach and pass ideals and beliefs. You know, is the game good or not? You know, what's the name of that game? Hogwarts got done wrong. You know, that shouldn't be a part of the Game Awards, but it is what it is.
No, yeah, let's talk about Destiny. No, let's talk about Destiny real quick. That clown. So
did you hear his whole conversation?
Yeah. Okay. So I heard in the beginning. I don't watch that main channel, but listen, you're talking about hardware sales, right? Those consoles are behind their predecessors. It doesn't matter. PlayStation sold what 65. Or no, first of all, they didn't even sold 65. They shipped 65. But either way, they sold or shipped 65. They're behind the PS4. Those consoles, the problem with these consoles is a lot of reasons. One, because of COVID. Number two, because they're sending to the same customers. And number three, Xbox sold 30 million. So it depends on the generation it ends. Let's say it ends 2028. Some people say 26. I don't think so. Let's say 28 or 29. It probably sold 65 million or 70 million. You can't abandon that install base. There's a reason why they're still making Xbox One games. That's when Xbox One was a failure. It was too many. It's too many people have that console. So you're acting like, oh, why Microsoft need to invest in a new console? Then why does Sony need to invest in a new console? Because the hardware sells down on PlayStation, the same thing too. You're acting like, oh yeah, it sold 65 million, but it's still behind its predecessor because they're not getting any new customers. So who buying the PS4 or 5 is the people who buy the PS4. That's basically what it is. But they're not. But why these people buy the PS5? Call of Duty, Fortnite,
facts,
all that stuff. So think about it, right? If Microsoft stopped making a console, Sony is going to follow the same thing in the next 5-6 years, because next generation, the PS6 is not going to sell better than the PS5. Because why? Because kids these days don't care about these consoles. They care about they have a controller and they can play these games on their phone. I've seen, and legal, I'm not making stuff up. I've seen kids in Dunkin' Donuts, one kid in Dunkin' Donuts playing Call of Duty on his Xbox controller on his goddamn tablet.
Right.
That's what they want. And you remember, the PS5 is beyond the PS4. That means it's not going to sell 100 million copies. That 100 million unit sale is dead now. All right? So the next generation, the PS6 is going to sell less. The PS7 is going to sell less. The PlayStation 8 going to sell less. The PlayStation 9 going to sell less. So what's the point keep selling less? He acting like, okay, Xbox is the only console down. No, all the consoles down besides Nintendo. But see, Nintendo consoles down because everybody has the goddamn system ready, right? After you got one, Reels got one, I got one, everybody got one. And so 160 million people have a Switch. But either way, both companies are going to start making console in the next 25 years because you're selling to the same customers. Unless what Microsoft needs to do, and I say this again, this is a game changer. Not this Xbox coming up, the next Xbox Make it open platform. Make it like a PC. Have Steam, Epic Games, and GOG games in one device. We know it's on one app, and I can play anything I want. I could play PlayStation games. I could play, Steam games. That's what they're gonna do. Make it as a PC, because you're basically not selling to the same customers, dude. The PS5 is struggling in sales, and if it's not true, then why is Sony putting their games on PC? Why is Sony expanding their games on the Nintendo? Because nobody buy their games. The software sales are down on PlayStation also. Jim Ryan came out and say that. I didn't say that. So what Destin says, but remember, listen, I'm gonna tell you something before I go to the mic, right? Nobody watch this channel. Like, these people are clowns, and these people are what's wrong in the industry. Because there's too many people in this industry or think they're influencers or that. Nobody knows who you are, Destin. You think Microsoft going to listen to some dude? No. They're going to make a new console. They have to make a new console. Because the install base of Xbox right now is 60 million. So why are they going to ban 60 million people who buy these consoles? Now, will the next Xbox go to sell 85? No, it's not. 85? No, it's not. Same with PlayStation 6. Don't surprise the year 2035, the PS6 only sold 55 or 60 million. Because it's going to happen. The reason why Sony is leeching on its console sales, that's what only they have. But software sales legal is down. Jim Ryan came out and said that. That's why they focus on PC, cloud, and one day they might put their games on Xbox.
There's no might. They are going to put the games on Xbox.
Yeah, they are. But see, that's what they're going to do. The software sales are down. So this vendor is selling, they're not selling like the PS4. But see, what people looking at, right? They're looking at Xbox versus PlayStation. Yes, PlayStation is the Apple of gaming, but PlayStation is outselling Xbox. But Sony doesn't care about that. They care about if our system, the successor, is outselling the predecessor. If it's not, there's a problem. Because it means that they're not gaining any new customers.
So that means they've been having a problem since PS2 there.
Yes. Yeah.
Well,
remember, how many people bought a PS2 on Realist? 160 million?
150 something.
Yeah, and the PS3 saw what? 87, 85, I don't remember. 85 million. It's 85 million. How many people bought a PS? Yeah, how many people bought a PS4? 117 million, right? There's a reason why no console to this day outsold the PS2. The closest is the Switch, but no console to this day is going to outsell that PS2. There's a reason. Because every console sales are down and it's not going to outsell the predecessor. It would never do.
The PS2 was the most popular console because it was the cheapest DVD player.
DVD player,
and that's not like putting anything down. It is what it is. You know what I mean? There were, because I had a Dreamcast, so I bought a Panasonic. That DVD player was more than a PlayStation back in the day. So it is what it is until something comes along. Because see, I always have to tell people this: Nintendo wins every console generation if you include the handheld. And that's basically what the Switch is. Them combining handheld and home console. There is no more Game Boy DS. DS is I think the second most popular console, quote unquote, right? So when you combine those two, then it was perfect storm for Nintendo. You know what I mean? Because people that bought the console bought the handheld instead, right? So now everybody in your house needs their own console because everybody play in handheld. I know in my house is 4 switches. You know what I mean? So it's not like, you know, I mean, I'm not trying to downplay the Switch. It's not like it did anything special, right? It's doing what they've always done. Your kids break the Switch, you go buy another Switch. It's cheap, it's priced right. That's why I thought the Series S would be a little more popular than it is, because 300 compared to 500. Price is what sells a lot of these things, right? It was like PlayStation, Xbox, they didn't start really moving a bunch of units during the holidays until the consoles got down to 250, 300. And then the Series S came out at 300. I thought they moved way more than they have. But it seems like, I mean, they're on pace to do what they did last generation. But, you know, for people that say that Xbox should stop, why do they only want Nintendo and PlayStation to be all there is? Like, people complain about Nintendo's practices all the time. People complain about PlayStation's practices all the time. You think you're gonna get better or worse without Xbox around? You know, they already don't want to give you a refund. They're already raising the prices at will, right? Uh, I mean, I'm not knocking Nintendo, but Nintendo hasn't lowered the prices on anything this generation. Not games, not hardware, not whatever you call them, Wiimotes, whatever you call those things.
Joy-Con.
Joy-Cons. They haven't lowered the prices on anything. You rarely see those, and if they're on sale, they're down by like $5. So if there's no Xbox, now a lot of people say Xbox can't keep them honest because they're not competitive. Here in America, they are. You know, and if like I was talking to a guy who's across the pond, who's like, Xbox needs to do better. No, don't blame Xbox. Blame your goofy countrymen who go buy a PlayStation without thinking twice about anything else. You know what I mean? PlayStation mistreating you has nothing to do with Xbox. It has everything to do with you guys doing whatever, going to subscribe to whatever PlayStation puts out. But in any business, right? Since when has 30 million been something to sneeze at? You know what I mean? You have PlayStation fans coming out saying, it's not worth it to put games on Xbox. It's not worth a port. It's really not worth it for most games to put a port out a year or 2 years later. I could have told anybody, I mean I did, that Kenna was gonna flop. I'm surprised that Death Stranding came out and is doing as well as it has, but it was released at a good price. Well, people want Nintendo, I mean, I'm sorry, Xbox to go away, like it's gonna make things better in the industry. If there's no Xbox, then PlayStation's gonna run wild. You know what I mean? $700 consoles. You know what I mean? These new consoles are gonna be closer to $1,000, if not $1,000. And if there was no Xbox, they can charge you $1,500 since they saw that you weirdos will pay $1,500 on eBay. Thank y'all. You know what I mean? I sold like 6 of them. But nah, I have to hear it. You know what I mean? When it comes to Destin, I've heard him say too many things that made sense. You know, when it comes to this subject, that's why I'm like, did you hear everything he said? Because it doesn't make sense for him all of a sudden saying that Xbox should get out of the console business.
Yeah, it does, because he's part of the media.
Yeah, but he's also a content creator now, right? The whole reason why he started talking about Xbox and acting like he was siding with Xbox is because he wanted to get ahead of the curve and zig while everybody else was zagging. He's pretty much the only dude on IGN that's like, oh, I want Xbox to succeed. Everybody else is making fun of Xbox, saying they need to go away. Whereas Destin's always been saying that as long as Xbox is there, you know, it helps keep the others honest. And what else did he say? It helps keep the others honest, and he likes underdog story, things like that.
Let me
But
tell you how this thing works.
so look, so for all of a sudden for him to come out and say that Xbox needs to get out, Like that's stupid. That's
right where he's at.
that's the stuff that like Colin Moriarty would say.
Right.
You know what I mean?
He's right where he's at because he's built. IGN has been built. They got Ryan McAfee out here. Okay. You gotta understand the origins of
I don't know
IGN
nothing about him.
The origins of IGN is PlayStation. All right. So anything that comes out of that, when Ryan McAfee came in, is because Microsoft stepped in the scene and they was expanding because they were getting less and less popular. All right. So they're making more and more doors. They were opening up more and more doors. Then they wanted to become, of course, when you're trying to grow, let's just be a gaming media outlet. Let's just get a room for Nintendo, get a room for PlayStation, get a room for Xbox. But the thing is, you got guys out there that don't really perform on Xbox, but they can talk a good game. You had Ron McAfee talking about exclusive this and exclusive that, throwing jabs at the word exclusive when Xbox get it, but then praising PlayStation when they get an exclusive. All these dudes are clowns. So that's nothing new. Destin was created for the Destiny clan, and he was supposed to be the one going around talking about Destiny, right? Destiny's gone now. Bungie's broken up. Sony has destroyed Bungie, and this dude still's got a Destiny logo in the background, right? So it's hilarious at that. But he's not somebody that the Xbox community upholds as somebody that speaks the language in Xbox. He's just somebody that they allowed him to be in that room, that they open up another door for media talk, for somebody to just bring up Xbox. He ain't bringing no value to Xbox, man, at all. That's why he can end up saying what he truly feels in his heart, and it comes out sounding dumb.
You're gonna make me watch it.
Yeah, in reality, that's what he does. He ain't somebody that
I've never heard him say. I don't watch him anymore, but I've never heard him say anything so stupid.
Yeah, I mean, that's not unusual coming out of an IGN camp, though.
Yeah, but he's been different.
He
is not a champion for Xbox.
He's going to be different. He's in a different room.
You can have your reasons for why he's different, but I've never heard him say something so stupid. That's what I'm saying.
Well, you have now.
I gotta see it. See, you send me the episode number.
That's expansion. Yeah, you can watch.
I need to see that episode. I never heard of it.
IGN has always been consistent about Xbox needing to fade away. IGN always been there.
Yeah, but you said that's Destin though.
He worked.
Yeah, but Destin. We've seen Destin be the only dude like kind of protesting stupid talk when he's at the desk with his other people. When they're talking about Xbox has no games, and he's looking at them like they made fun of him on Twitter. You on Twitter, and whatever name Keelan, whatever that dude Keelan, you're a fool. Yeah, you're a fool if you think that PlayStation not gonna sell $1,000 consoles without competition. Y'all already paying $700-$800. Y'all already getting charged for kickstands, homeboy.
That's right.
Like that's why I don't like talking to ponies. It's like the dumbest fan base there is. He
ain't authentic. Everybody knows that. That's the dude that was holding up the 720p, 1080p hand. That's the dude that's always been a joke.
You're a fool if you don't think price is gonna go up. I'm talking to this dude in the chat, man. He's an idiot.
Oh, I was wondering.
Like, dude, he think price is going down? What do you think? Donald Trump gonna lower the prices of consoles now?
The only thing
the prices are going up.
Is calling the PlayStation 5 Pro trash. So they got a point. He does say some real stuff. But I mean, anybody can say real stuff, right?
I just got to
he does. He said I'll give you Mike Johnson. He does say the PlayStation 5 Pro is dog shit. He's right about that.
I mean, we know the PlayStation Pro ain't worth.
But once again, I like Destin and Ryan McCaffrey.
These dudes don't even have a PlayStation 5 Pro.
I bring the Xbox community, man, because they propped that man up for years. Talking about Ryan McCaffrey, the Xbox guy, or Destin is Destin was the same dude console war last generation about Xbox games with what 720p something like that, and PlayStation games or 1080p.
Well, see,
Like,
that's why I was getting on Ebot. Like when he was trying to make Paris our champion. You know what I mean? The Xbox community, man. Maybe not the cats in this chat, but most Xbox fans that I see don't have confidence because they don't know what they're doing. They don't know why they own Xbox. Some of them just don't want to be ponies. Like the Xbox community is looking for a champion. They're looking for somebody on YouTube to represent them and say that Xbox is good to validate their purchase. You're supposed to know it was good when you bought it.
Yep.
If you don't think it's good, go buy a PlayStation and see how good it is.
Yeah.
Go sit over there and wait. Go sit over there on PlayStation, hoping for Xbox games. All right, go do what PlayStation fans are doing right now. Go wait for Ghost of Yote. You know what I'm saying? Go wait for these games that come out timed exclusive from these AA studios that y'all not gonna even buy. That you can just go throw them out there in your list wars. You know what I mean? If Xbox is so bad, go buy a PlayStation and go stay over there.
List wars. You talk about list wars, right? That's basically what it is. A lot of these dudes don't care about these exclusive. It's about list wars.
Man,
I remember
a lot
last
of them, man. The sales will show you that these dudes ain't buying the games, man.
It's the same.
Stellar Blade comes out, it only does 1 million.
That's not good.
You heard? Helldivers comes out. It sold 4 million on PlayStation, which is decent. You know what I mean? And any of their flops, they always got an excuse for them. Oh, it was only 10 million consoles. Oh, so now you got 70 million consoles, and you only sold 1.5 of Astro. You see what I'm saying? Ghost of Yote. We're gonna see what that does. Games don't even last 2 weeks coming out of PlayStation because they don't support the games. This is why I say what I say. When Legal said that, I said these guys think that Xbox putting games on PlayStation is a win. It's not. Y'all already not there for PlayStation games. The more games that Xbox puts over there, that's less attention that y'all gonna pay to the PlayStation games that they putting out.
That's it.
That's their problem. Y'all sitting around hoping for another SOCOM or another Resistance. PlayStation can't put that out. Y'all not gonna even buy it. Square can't even do exclusivity with it. They were the only one y'all really had.
Really?
They said Tecmo said they done with them.
Really? I got a
they
question.
say Square. They say real quick, man.
They
say Square has. Yeah, man, this nigga tripping. They say Square makes these unrealistic expectations. That's why they always underperform. No, okay. What about Tecmo? Tecmo had to come out and say that they didn't meet their expectations either. Dude, the PlayStation people are not there for PlayStation games. PlayStation wasted their money getting y'all time exclusive games because y'all ain't buying them. What's the point? Man, y'all making PlayStation look bad. PlayStation going out there busting their ass for y'all. They getting y'all these time exclusive that y'all come throwing our faces and y'all just ain't even playing the games. Like,
I got a question, really.
If I was PlayStation, I'd be like, the hell with y'all. I'm selling y'all $800
They already
consoles.
have.
They already have.
Hey,
Really?
I'm selling you hoes kickstands because you hoes ain't buying games. They
Hey,
love the console more than they
Legal.
love the games.
But hold on,
I got a
Legal.
question, Realist.
Okay.
Name me one multiplayer game that PlayStation has right now that's been running for about 5 years. Name me one.
No.
You only name me one.
What?
No.
Destiny?
No, they just got it. They just got that. That don't count. I said 5 years PlayStation.
Oh, 5 years.
Destiny just got bought. It don't count.
Dude, this is what I told y'all when we
There's
had
only
punk
one.
ass, dude, we had these punk ass Xbox fans talking about how Xbox need to do this like PlayStation.
Hell no.
Y'all should be asking PlayStation to do what Xbox does. Y'all gonna see what PlayStation really made of when they try to give you bitches a multiplayer. When they try to give you a multiplayer game alongside a campaign. Y'all can't even get a multiplayer day one. Look, what's the name of that game? Returnal. Co-op come a year later.
Not Destiny 2. They just
Ghost of Tsushima multiplayer come a year later. Like you hoes can't get multiplayer and campaign the same day.
I know what
They need to be trying to do what Xbox does. Like,
You
leave
got me
the
focusing
movie
on
games
yo.
over there.
Hey, but hold on, legal. Two things about really about this.
GT is
That's
the only
it.
game they got.
There it is.
All right, hey, hold, all right, hey, all right. I
That's
give you
it.
GT, yeah, GT, legal.
That's it.
Yeah, very much. But you know why? Listen, you know why Gran Turismo
All
is
you
the most
donkeys in the place.
because that's the longest franchise he ever had.
That's it.
Let's think about it.
Hey, bro, these dudes do not see that it's a problem that PlayStation rather pay for games that they'll never own instead of making them games. These hoes still asking for a Resistance, for a SOCOM. They don't know nothing about Warhawk or Mag. They don't even know these because they're not real PlayStation fans, for one.
Yeah, but
they just got on PlayStation. PlayStation don't have the nuts to put no games out because you hoes won't buy it. That's their problem, bro.
But go ahead.
No, I'm just gonna say that's their problem. Like, they keep asking for PlayStation to put this out or put that out. They can't because they're not going to buy it. So, and when it comes to the time exclusivity, they still not buying it. They done spent billions on time exclusivity deals, right? They sold a couple consoles, but they killing these publishers. These publishers like, no, hell no, we done with that. Washing their hands, man. We'll give y'all, we'll release games on there with everybody else. You know what I'm saying? No hard feelings. We can't do this exclusivity no more. You know what I mean? Because we do these deals in hopes that the people actually buy the game. Yeah, you helped us with development costs, cool. But the game still got to sell. We want to make money. We don't want to break even. Then they put the game out on PC. 400,000 people buy the game. Then they're going to put it on Xbox. 200,000 people going to buy the game. And then these goof-ass PlayStation fans who didn't buy the game in the first place going to say, oh, we don't buy games over here. 2 or 3 years later, we don't care about these damn games, man. Again, hey, I'm surprised that Death Stranding is doing what it's doing.
But really,
yo,
listen. The powerful Japanese man, right, came out, right.
Go ahead.
And the powerful Japanese man came out this year, right? He said PlayStation is lacking in original IP. Now, I was planning to do a YouTube video, have a big ass rant in the history of my rant. Lack of original IP. But see, hold on a second. Well, really, it's always just said it this while ago, right? Well, you mentioned Warhawk. A lot of these dudes don't know these games. And the reason why they don't know, because most of these dudes went to the PS2, to the 360, back to the PS4, and most of them never owned a PlayStation 3. And a lot of these games like Resistance, Q-Zone, Starhawk, Warhawk, man, none of these games sold well. The only game that did so well was Uncharted 2 and The Last of Us.
Well, we know
outside of that, and hold on, legal.
I don't want a history class no more. I'm tired of that. They know that.
And hold on, nigga. A lot of these dudes, bring back Japan Studio. Nick, listen. Y'all didn't support no Japan Studio games. Gravity Rush, flop. The guy who made Japan Studio, right? Believe it or not, because readers and legally know this, right? The dude was working in Japan Studio. He made CERN 1 and 2. He was the father or the creator of the original Silent Hill. And what the PlayStation did for 10 years? Nothing. The only game he made was really damn good. It was Gravity Rush. And nobody bought the damn game. And I've seen morons about, well, you killed Japan Studio. You guys didn't support Japan Studio.
Y'all killed Japan
games.
Studio.
You guys even might play the games. But you're talking about, why Sony killed Japan Studios and this? Because if you look at all the sales of the games, it didn't so well. Paddle Pond to Gravity Rush to Everybody Loves Golf. Without Japan Studio, I hate saying it legal, there would be no Bloodborne because Japan Studio helped From Software to make Bloodborne. Yes, they did. But what happened? They're shutting them down for a reason. And when they shut them down, they spin it off and they make a goddamn Astrobots. You don't make this stuff up. And that's how
Bro,
Astrobot became a game.
bro, they've been asking for a new Bloodborne, bro. There's a
Nobody.
reason. There's a reason why PlayStation won't put out another Bloodborne. You see what they did with Demon Souls, right? The Souls games are on fire right now. They brought out Demon Souls. They didn't even buy that, right? Now we're gonna talk about Bloodborne sales, right? Their lifetime sales. They've been selling that game for $9.99, $4.99. You can buy that key sites, and now it's at 7 million. No, that's not how it works, man. They know the difference between real and fake. They will put out Bloodborne. They gotta be willing to put it out on PC first, so that the PlayStation fans who move to PC will buy it over there. They're not selling these games, man. PlayStation got a dilemma. That's why they got X-Men now, right? It's like if it's not an IP that they got to rent from Marvel, it's really not moving. Now, God of War, I mean, it moved last generation, but this generation they bundled it for a year. Same thing with Horizon. Like nobody's checking for Horizon. They keep trying to push Horizon on people. You know what I
Hey,
mean? But look, I always give them props for what they're doing for Horizon. They should have been doing this years ago, actually pushing their IP the same way they push third parties. They put so much into third parties that people don't care about what they put out. So what they're doing with Horizon, they should have been doing with God of War. They should have been doing with Drake. They should have been doing with all their games. Put it out there. Put it out there. And the people will maybe learn to love it. That's the difference between Nintendo and Xbox and PlayStation. See, Xbox is buying stuff that people love, so it is what it is. Halo lost a little of its luster. I don't know what made people fall away from Halo, because to me it's still as good as it was in the past, but it is what it is. Gears has a bigger gap, but I saw the excitement from a bunch of people when it comes to Gears E-Day. So we're gonna see if we're gonna see how that performs. But they put so much energy in the third party, so much money behind third party, that players don't care about what they're putting out. I would be very interested to see how Horizon would have performed, this new Horizon. We know the other Horizon sold 20 million, but that one was being sold for $9.99, given away in subscriptions. Like, is it a real 20? You see what I'm saying? That's the problem. Bloodborne, they can't put Bloodborne out because they've been damn near giving it away for years. Yes, that's 7 million, but PlayStation knows what the real interest is. They know who's playing the game once they buy it, bro. Because I know you just like me. We probably all the same. We buy games because it's a good deal. Sometimes probably never play the bitches. You got a whole bunch in your library that you never even touched because you ain't got time for. You just bought it because it was for the low, and you just like seeing games in your library. And that's what a lot of people did with Bloodborne. PlayStation knows this. They put all that effort into Demon Souls to only sell a little over. Well, by now I think it should be around 2 million. Last time I saw it, it was at 1.4, and it took them over a year to get there.
Hey, hold on. Put Demon Souls on PC,
real quick,
man.
Games. Really says something that's funny, right, Games? It took, what was it to sell 1 million? What was the last game? The last game they just had.
Astro Boy.
Astrobot.
Astrobot. It took them 3 months.
Man, I don't give a damn. Hey, but at least I played the bitch.
Look, 3 months, 1.5. It took Stalker 2 24 hours. See the difference? Like, the thing is, man, look.
Oh, but it's a multi-plat. It's a multi-plat. But so right. Bitch, you making the point. Xbox right. Doing it right.
That's right. Let me be honest real quick. Right. PlayStation fans just talk a bunch of hot air at the end of the day. They need to be pampered. They need to be cradled and, nurtured, because when things don't go their way, that whole community, that worldwide community, starts becoming weirdos in a blink of an eye. It's a sight to see. But they've been tested this generation. Like I said, they were going to fail you, right? Because I knew that now it comes down to the wallet. When this new technology was supposed to happen, right? Immediately their clowns came out and lied to them. They were told that this console was going to have an RDNA 3.0 chip. They lost their minds from the get-go. They were lied to, right? Oh, we believe in generations. They were lied to. We all knew that was a gimmick. We were just waiting. So I said, they're gonna have to get these games for $70. They were getting charged $10 for upgrades. I mean, they were being treated like third-class citizens. So what do? You got to pay attention to donkeys when they're battered, when they're being abused and battered. They try to flip their abuse on other people. That shit don't work over here. We didn't care that y'all were out here talking about Xbox didn't have no games because our games kept going. See, we didn't care about all the narratives that the media was selling to y'all. We just get on here and play our games. We get in our community. Y'all don't even have a community on PlayStation. We get over here and get in our clubs. We get in our party chats. We wild out. Y'all made up excuses for being the way y'all were. Y'all went through these little transitional phases. Y'all wanted to come out and tell everybody that your games were the best in the world. Y'all make the best movie cinematic experience, and that's what gaming was all about. Now y'all don't even like those games anymore. Y'all don't even buy those games anymore. So what happened? Because you got tested in your wallet, because you knew you guys were lying to yourselves when you came out and told us that y'all were going to come out here and pay for these $70 games. We knew then we had you. We knew then we had y'all because we knew y'all never paid for them top dollar games. Y'all are the coupon fan base of the gaming industry. Y'all are the bargain binners of the gaming industry. That's why your service plan is dog shit, because y'all subscribe to the lowest tier. The majority of y'all are just cheap gamers. That's all it is to it. And you deserve your remasters and remakes. You don't deserve anything new. Because like what Willis was saying, when Sony dares to give you something new, you do your games like Concord. You don't support them. You get a game that's new like Returnal. You don't support it.
Man, that Japanese dude talk about they have no lack of new IP or new original games. Like
these guys,
see,
Game Heroes, are is the only community I know where Metacritic would try its best to give them a high score for a game, and that game won't sell. They come out
pretty
here,
much.
right? They come out here and want to tell somebody that 1 million sales in 2024 is a big deal, and then the company has to come out and say, "Well, it didn't reach our expectation." Which one you gonna believe? These donkeys, or the business itself, right? The donkey gonna tell you anything, but most of the time, games, Realist, Chat Pack, the one running their mouth don't even have the shit that he's talking about. These dudes in here don't have no PlayStation 5 Pro. They just running their mouth.
Some of them don't have a PlayStation 5. Listen.
You want to know why? You want to know everybody in here. You want to know why the PlayStation fans have stayed on PlayStation 4? We can make fun and throw jabs. Let's keep it 100% on Di-RRec. There you go.
Call of Duty.
There you look. Here it is right here. Y'all gonna hear it on Di-RRec Gaming. The herd ain't gonna move until Call of Duty becomes a only gen game. The herd will move. That's when you have a Pro Blood. What you playing on it? What games you playing on it? Yeah, show me the games you playing on it. But that's the funny part. Show me the game, fam. At least you got a Pro. Congratulations. You paid $800 to $900 for 800p console. Show me them games you got on it. Okay. So like I was saying, the only reason that they haven't migrated is, like Games Real said, Call of Duty. When Call of Duty becomes a one-gen game, the herd will move, because Call of Duty is the only thing that matters on PlayStation. It's the only thing that matters. Everything else comes second. Fortnite,
GTA 6 too.
FIFA, 2K, man. That's second stuff. Roblox, that's second stuff.
It's gonna be Call of Duty next year, and GTA 6 are gonna move these consoles.
Right,
Like,
that's correct.
If the next Call of Duty, I don't know what it's called. They said Black Ops 2 remake. That's all I heard. If that's only on PS5 and Xbox Series, it's gonna move the console. Because now you're gonna force these people who buy their games like the Call of Duty Black Ops 6 on the Xbox One and PS4. You're gonna force them. And remember, legal. Think about this. Like before I go, like there's 50% of people who's still on PS4. Like Activision came out and say that, and that's the reason. There's a reason why Black Ops 6 is still on PS4s and Xbox One because of that. They could easily make this. They could easily make this game current gen consoles. Get rid of Xbox One and PS4. They could easily do that, but they don't want. So next year they're gonna have a tough decision because if they gotta, you gotta understand, like we're 5 years in the generation next year, and it's still making Xbox One and PS4 games, and you don't see the problem with that.
Nah, I'm a donkey.
A lot of people don't see the problem with that.
Yeah, they do. That's
why these systems came out in 2013. Like like a retro system. And the system come out 2013, and next year, 12 years of the Xbox One and PS4? That's a retro consoles. These systems, and you gotta understand, it's not like there's nothing their fault because they have to sell these games. That's why they need the last generation crowd too. So Microsoft gonna have a tough decision next year. If the next Call of Duty will be only for Xbox Series X and PS5 and PC.
Game.
Then GTA 6 will come out next year. These two games, to my opinion, is gonna be massive next holiday.
That's right. Game. The report. Look, if the Xbox finally becomes what it's meant to be, right?
Yeah.
Which is a gaming console PC, right? If it finally becomes that, then there's not without a doubt that, I mean, the analysts, look, here's the thing. It ain't me, right? It's the market analysts and everybody in the corporate world who can foresee things, right? Because they see where the what you call it, the line is spiking at, right? And the line isn't spiking for PlayStation at all. PlayStation's line is actually going down, while Xbox line is actually going up. So the analysts have already predicted, right? And if nobody believes me, I'll put it in here. They predict that Xbox is taking the market over in 2026. They predict this because they know where the technology is going. They know who's holding the real technology. And let me give you a breakdown of all the PlayStation failed hype. PlayStation 4 with its HDR was hype, was dog shit. It was SSD. A lie. It was a lie tactic.
The SSD too.
Yes, the SSD. There you go. Good job, games. The SSD was a gimmick, a lie tactic, which donkeys fell for.
A lie from the pit of hell.
Exactly. But you so stupid. Damn, that was. He threw me off with that shit. That's that old Southern shit.
It was.
Yeah, from the pits of hell. But it was. But the other one was the RDNA. It being you never heard Sony say it, right? Sony never came out and said the PlayStation 5 is a full RDNA console. But you had the articles out there lying to their fans. We held the truth, y'all, for 3.5 years. And then it finally had to happen when they could no longer hold this piece of shit ass console together anymore. They had to finally come out and tell these donkeys the truth that it's not a real RDNA 2 console. It was the most funniest shit ever, right? So they got lied to again. And the thing is, you see the pro. And I told them, right, Willis? You know, you've been following me for a while. I made the videos where I said, listen, the most funniest thing that's going to happen this generation is watching the media pitch a lot of these donkeys that they even have a chance to be more powerful than Xbox when it's never going to happen. Notice I'm going to win. Notice I'm going to win on this. Never. I said never. And I said I'm going to look at y'all with my straight face and say never going to happen because Microsoft bought the big Navi deal from AMD, right? But you got donkeys in here that love to hold on to weak narratives and perceptions that are going to fail them. So look at the pro. The pro was Sony's last ditch effort to make a bold, to stick their chest out just to fail you again. It ain't doing shit. It's a lie. It's all a failure. It's hilarious. And the thing is, donkeys don't get anything. That's why you just wait on them for Sony to come out and let them down again. There's a thing that what was funny was Xbox Series SX, right, on Twitter. He came out bombing on them. I mean, he didn't give him a chance in hell, right? He bombed on him. And the funny part about it is I loved it because I said something to him. I said, man, you cooking? And he responded back. But the funny thing about it was how he busted out and let everybody know from the jump. When you look at what Call of Duty is to Xbox, right? Microsoft already saw the gamble. They already saw it. But Game Pass is so magnificent and so strong that no matter what PlayStation does, Microsoft makes more money off of it, no matter what they do. Because they don't understand that whatever PlayStation does with Call of Duty, it's just bringing the money over. That's all they're doing. They're getting their taxes back while just breaking bread. This is an 80-20 thing, man. This is sad. And he says here, Black Ops 6 could bring 4 million Game Pass subs, but lose 6 million in game sales per analyst. Let's do the math. 4 million subscribers equals 960 million a year. 600 million in sales equal 420 million a year. That was the most funniest TKO moment I've ever seen on social media, because what it tells you is what I've been saying about donkeys. Y'all are parading for something that makes the less. You can't, I don't spend time with y'all because y'all are stuck on being dumb. You don't even know what you're talking about. That's why I loved it when he did that. That was a body slam. Game Pass can lose. You can't even get that out of, there you go. There goes another strong point with realists. You can't even get Sony to dare do some shit like this. See, that's another thing that shows about Microsoft. It believes in its product. They're saying we're willing, realists, to lose 6 million in sales. We don't give a shit about that because we're making not almost $1 billion off of off of new subscribers that are coming. Screw themselves. That don't make the money. These subscribers make the money. The whole PlayStation base, right, goes about making the less money for the biggest article. That's what it is. We're going to make the less money, but we want the biggest articles out here. Microsoft, if you can see, Xbox fans, Microsoft isn't invested in articles. You don't need pampering. You don't need pampering. We don't need pampering, so stop looking for it. The PlayStation community needs pampering. That's the community that needs pampering. You know why? Because that's the 420 million a year. Why the hell would Microsoft want to do the lesser? It makes absolutely no sense at all. No sense at all. That's what makes donkeys, man. Because when you go into the real story of this is where they don't want to reside at. They want you to reside in a VHS mindset war that only favors them when it's a talking point. But in reality, PlayStation makes the least profit out of all three consoles. So in reality, PlayStation is dead last. PlayStation is the one that's dead last. Donkey hate that. You can't. A donkey can say what I don't care what algebra they come up with. The conclusion of the matter is PlayStation is last in profits. Now, like Rilla said, you guys don't even buy games enough for anybody to take y'all serious. On top of that, Sony is abandoning y'all. Nothing that has came out this generation you guys have taken care of. So let's go down the list. Let's go, shall we? The PlayStation controller, Pro controller, they called it a Pro controller that only lasts so long. It was $200 and some. The damn controller was a joke. They didn't take care of that. It flopped. The PlayStation Portal, they didn't take care of that. It flopped. PlayStation VR 2, they didn't take care of that. It flopped. This is pony math. That's right. This is pony math. Flopping is their math. Look, the PlayStation 5 console, don't let Sony throw you a curveball. They want to tell you, oh, it's profitable, this, and that. Okay, so what happened to keeping your games exclusive? What happened to Square Enix, your last stronghold? You lost them this year. Why? What happened to Hideo Kojima? You lost them this year. Why? Why did Totoki say we got to make returns off our old IPs? If you was making money off those God of Wars, if you was making money off of the Forbidden Wests, if you was making money off the Gran Turismos, there wouldn't be no reason to make returns off of those old IPs. The thing is, you guys don't support your own games. Y'all never have. That's why you don't have no more Uncharted's. This is why you only keep getting these Last of Us remakes and remasters. They rather keep feeding you that bullshit. You can't even get to your trilogy so that game can disappear like the rest of them, because that's what's going to happen to it. It's going to disappear. That's why they're holding on to it. Y'all ain't fixing it. Y'all ain't fixing to keep that game alive. It's better never coming out. Look at the factions. Look at factions. Y'all were lied to about that. Oh, multiplayer game coming out in 2022. It's funny watching you guys get clowned by your own damn preferred brand. You get clowned day in and day out. Day in and day out. You got a Ghost of Tsushima game coming out that's just a same game. They put a patch over the guy, made him a girl. Same game. That's the best they can do for y'all. Here, take that. Take that generic Assassin's Creed version game. Take that. Y'all ain't even going to buy that game. That's the sad part about it. Y'all going to let that game flop. So now what you got? You got a PlayStation 5 Pro that's already flopped. Y'all don't even buy that shit. Y'all don't buy shit. That's the problem. That's the thing. Y'all don't buy anything. You don't do anything. So nothing matters what you say now. So back to reality, right? Here it is. You're only going to get through next generation if you have a service game. I'm here to tell you the truth. Blood, Johnson, Cygnus, I'm only here to tell y'all the truth. I love your flag for PlayStation. I love it. Keep it up. Keep the fight going. But if Sony doesn't get a live service game for next generation, Sony's going to turn into a flea market. And you heard it from the Generation Zone, the new legal. I'm not going to lie to you. You can run to these influencers. You can run to the gaming media. You can get all your pampering all you want to. They're not going to save you. At the end of the day, if Sony don't get them damn service games up, they're not going to make it in the next gen. They can barely afford to make a blockbuster AAA game. They can't afford those shits. They cost too much now. So either your games get smaller and get more expensive, or you guys start buying and allowing them to make games with greater links, and you can get some of these multiplayer games to bring the pocketbook for your AAA games. That's how it's going to work. But we know it's not going to happen. I'm just giving you the scenario. We know y'all are not going to do that, right? So we know, but I'm just being correct with y'all to let y'all know, if you don't get these games and play them, you can hang it up. You guys better get used to these PvP games. You better get used to playing some of these PvP games, because if you don't, it's good night. Sony's going to turn it into a flea market. What do you want them to do? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want to happen? Y'all want Miracle to happen? What do you want? I mean, I think they just want a Miracle to happen 30 below. They think Sony's gonna end up having to take their games all over the place. It was donkeys that told us games. Yeah, listen, games. It was donkeys that told us their games would never go to PC. You lied. You told us, well, y'all will never get Death Stranded. You lied. We found out why MLB came to Xbox, because y'all wasn't buying it. You lost that by default. Destiny 2. You think Bungie was retarded? What y'all think Bungie was? But what did y'all really think Bungie was gonna keep Destiny 2 on y'all platform?
Or Marathon.
Y'all out y'all rabbit ass minds. Ain't nobody
gonna and they talking about
that shit gonna die.
Yeah, they changed the goalpost somehow. That D Wilson plays. Listen, man. Man, they look. I gotta go, but next year they got fair games. What Real said too, they had a bootleg payday game. Let's see how that game performs.
Fair game. This is gonna last for 3 weeks.
Nah, I'll give it two. I'll give it a week. No, you know what? Yeah, I'll give it 3 weeks.
I give it 3 weeks.
Man.
Look,
Concord lasted 2 weeks, and a lot of people were saying that they didn't give it a chance. So I think that they'll give it 3 weeks, because it's gonna be another dud. That's for damn sure. You know what I mean? Hey, look at Payday. See, look, PlayStation is always late to the trends. That's why they need to be originators, but they can't be, right? They had a little niche, right, that they had fallen into with the movie games, right? Remember, Legal, PlayStation don't like to compete.
Nope.
Right? Instead of having Japan studios, they should be on the Legend of Dragoon 16 instead of Final Fantasy 16. But instead of competing with the likes of a Square, or hell, even a Spike, Chunsoft, whoever the Japanese RPG makers that they view as competition, they'd rather kill the studio and attach themselves to the winner, right? Try to make it look like it's theirs, like the way they did with Final Fantasy all these years and some of the other JRPGs. They rather not compete. They rather lash themselves onto another studio that is winning. And so they had their niche with the movie games. The problem with the movie games, and like with all the shooters that the fans want to come back, they'd rather not compete with Call of Duty. That's why Jim Ryan was crying and begging and groveling the way he was, because he knows that they're not going to put the money up to even be able to come up with something to compete. We see what happened with Deviation, right? And Deviation was not started by Sony. Deviation needed somebody, and Sony was like, please come help us, right? So they started to get behind Deviation, Treyarch, and what's the other one? The Hammer, whatever devs, game.
The Hammer
Help me
dev?
out. No, the ones from Activision, Treyarch and Sledgehammer.
Sledgehammer, yeah.
Right. Former devs from there. So they thought, okay, maybe we can get some of that Call of Duty magic through these guys. This is why Jim Ryan came out and said, we can't compete with Call of Duty. Nobody can make a game on the level of Call of Duty. To create a game on the level of Call of Duty would take so much money that we don't have, right? They saw the Deviation was crumbling, right? And so now they can't make their movie games. Why can't they make their movie games, Game Zeros?
They don't have the money.
I'm gonna say they don't have the money. I'm gonna say that they cost too much money without any type of guarantee that they'll make the returns that they need to make the games that they were all alone in their own little lane with. It's too much money, even though there's nobody really there competing with them trying to make these movie games. Because Square was doing it with Tomb Raider, right? Every now and then you get a double A game that just like a walking simulator type of game, but none of them are really just blowing up. So now what are they gonna do? Now they're chasing trends. They have a Payday knockoff, right? We see
Overwatch
what happened.
knockoff.
We saw what happened with Payday, right? Payday just came out and fell on his face. Overwatch had fallen off by the time with the 8 years that it took them to copy Overwatch. Overwatch had already peaked and started to fall off and trying to come back right now. Nobody cared about their knockoff. That's Sony's problem when it comes to these servers. They got a Diablo knockoff being made by a second party studio in the making. Maybe that has a chance. They had a Splatoon knockoff from Square.
Phone store.
They had to now the game is free to play and nobody still wants to play.
And I'm playing that crap.
Well, no,
Yeah.
it's not. I'm not gonna call it crap because I like Splatoon and it's a Splatoon knockoff. What I will say is that it takes 7 minutes for you to find a match. So nobody's playing it, even though it's free to play. You don't even need PS Plus to play it anymore, and nobody's playing it. Everything that Sony is doing is a knockoff of something else. They need to do something that's different. Helldivers is not different, but nobody was doing it at the time. So now you got two games, and they're conflicted because you got Marathon coming right behind it, and it's the same type of game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Destiny is falling off. I mean, what are they gonna do? They put a lot of money in Bungie. Bungie's not making their money back. Fire Sprite was a dud, right? We don't know what they paid for them, but they say 200 million for the game, and it probably costed more because it was in development for 8 years.
Yeah.
Right. So what are they gonna do? There's nothing
I know
for them
what
to
they're
do.
gonna do.
It's not. Look, they're gonna sell remasters and remakes. That's what they're gonna do.
But we forgot another game they're making next year, and it got leaked. Yeah, I think it's coming out next year.
What?
The Horizon multiplayer.
Man, that's a cell phone game.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's a PC game.
Dude,
So that
Concord will never be old news, ho. I will never look any other place that Xbox show that you go on them hoes let you forget about Concord. Well, I know Dirk Griggity said he'll never let y'all forget about it. I'll never let you hoes forget about Concord.
I wouldn't listen.
Every time I think about Concord, every time I think about PlayStation, I think about Concord. So it's best if you see my avatar, my name, just leave. Cause I'm gonna bring Concord up. I'll never forget to bring up Concord. That fucking dud of a game. 2 weeks. PlayStation don't even like to give refunds, and they had to give y'all hoes refunds.
Yeah, they didn't give me a refund the first time on my PC. They have to get a refund now because it's not on the PC. So there's no. They have to have a choice to get a refund. But
Concord old news. Concord gonna be new news.
Yeah, old news. Every time the donkey talk about Xbox games are trash, right. I'm gonna say, how is better than Concord? That's big one.
Anytime they bring up sales or game performance, I'm gonna think about Concord.
Concord.
And wait till Fair Games come out. It's gonna be Concord and Fair Games because that's gonna be a straight up.
Hold on a second.
That's gonna be a straight up. You think they're gonna want to play Fair Games or fucking Grand Theft Auto? PlayStation is between a rock and a hard place. They got nowhere to put their games. They built up a fan base of players that are not looking for anything that they bring into the market. So when they do bring something new, them hoes don't support it. But that's PlayStation's fault. Because PlayStation should have kept making games. They should have kept innovating instead of attaching themselves to stuff that they would never own. They was never gonna buy Square.
Nah.
But you put all that money into them. You know what I mean? Now they are buying
they supposed to be buying your games. That's they're really talking about buying games. Why they after this anime, man? Why is it not about games anymore? What's going on with PlayStation?
No.
Sony is an entertainment company, and they've never liked their dependence on PlayStation. Like they never liked that.
True. Yeah.
So you look
They
at
got themselves in
what
that
they've been trying to do.
situation.
They mouth wrote a check the ass couldn't
Oh,
cash when it came
okay,
to
realist.
Paramount. So now
Mhm.
they're going after Kodakawa, right?
Realist.
We'll see what happens with that. They already got too much controller anime, so we'll see.
Realist made a good point. And before I'm gonna let you cook games because this is your specialty, okay? That's why I want to stop because I want the games to get in there, realist, and cook that up. But before you do games, realist, you made a good point. You look at PlayStation, right? You look at all the stuff that they had, and you said they really didn't want. Okay, the situation of PlayStation being the reliability wasn't in the plans. All you have to do is go back in history. You can see that. Realist, what happened to where it became just a Sony thing? The laptop, what was it called? The Vios, they died.
Yeah, the Vaio.
The TV, was it Bravia? Yeah, Bravias. They had a hard time. They almost fell off. They would have died if Samsung didn't take over. So they were
But
on the
see
verge of
the
death.
problem with
And
that is
then
they don't own the tech.
that's exactly what I'm saying. They don't own the tech. Samsung's actually putting the tech in there, and so you know what's messed up, realist, about that one. Sony literally pays Samsung for better tech for their TVs to look better. Sony don't give a damn because Sony's number one. Hey, give us the money. We'll make your screen as pretty as it can be. Some of their screens for Sony beats the Samsung screens, and it's still not doing nothing to Samsung. I just want to put that out there for people. I think realists, they had a issue. Oh, the other one was their cameras. They had an issue with their cameras. They had an issue with their cell phones. So for y'all to just think that what Realist was saying, I know he was chopping, but he said something that's important because I wanted y'all to understand when all of those things failed, PlayStation was left on the plate. And this is exactly why PlayStation is all they have. That's why. It's not like, I don't want people to think that it's because PlayStation was just such a great platform that it's always been this platform that Sony has been relying on. That's not the case. Sony is a company of failed products now. The only product that ever existed and did so super well was the Walkman. That's it. If you don't believe me, like I've always said, all you have to do is go into the share market history. You'll see it. Sony's fall began in the year 2000. That's when it collapsed and Apple rose up and they never been able to even compete. I like to say the word compete, but they've never been able to get back to where they were. They're not who they used to be. And I don't think they ever will be. Now, it just so happens that video games is the biggest market in the world. PlayStation has a very popular hold on their perception in the world because they put all this stuff out there. That's why they got the #1 revenue cost, which means they put a lot of shit out, but they don't get a lot of shit back in. They don't put a lot of stuff back in their pocket. But if you're walking around everywhere, you just think PlayStation shit because all you see is PlayStation stuff, but it's not being bought. That's the problem. So, game serials. With all of this Xbox greatness going around, it's you know how the media is, man. You know how people have to come up with something. Now all of a sudden they're after this company that Realist was talking about, and they want this anime. Now it ain't about video games right now, it's about anime. Game serials enlighten me on this situation that may not even happen. Oh, did Game Serials go somewhere?
No, I'm right here. No, I gotta go, but I got a theory before this. Yeah, because again, I gotta go to work tomorrow. Listen, read this and legal. I got a theory, right? I don't think PlayStation don't want to make video games. Let me explain. When PlayStation made Concord and these games, right? They want to take that IP and spread it to multiple entertainment and devices like PC, mobile, and of course TV show. Think about this, right? The Last of Us TV show, Horizon getting a TV show, God of War is getting a TV show. And see, a lot of people don't remember this, because this is why you guys need to look at social media. Concord supposed to have a TV show coming up this year.
They still have it.
Yeah.
Amazon.
Amazon. So I don't think PlayStation want to make games. I think they want to take the IPs they have right now, expanded it, and to make TV shows and put all of to put all the devices. So Gravity Rush.
But Hiroki Totoki said that though, like just like that.
And the meme, what realists and legal been saying for years, and I've been saying it for years too, PlayStation games are movies. So basically, they're making movies, but their games are movies, and they're making movies of their games. Like, for example, Until Dawn is getting a movie. That's why Until Dawn had a remaster. Who the hell asked for that? Zero. Nobody. Not even one person on the world, I can't wait to play Until Dawn remastered. And who in the world asked for a movie of Until Dawn? Nobody. If you really want to watch the movie, you can just type in YouTube and put Until Dawn, the movie. It's literally the movie. Game is a movie.
But with Game Heroes, it's safer for them to make movies right now, right? Because they have partners. They have their own streaming service, and Netflix is a big, I guess, renter of their IP. I don't know if you noticed, but a lot of their movies go to Netflix shortly after. So it's safe for them to make movie risks. And just like when they came out The Last of Us on HBO, they sold more copies of the game. Cyberpunk, and what's the name of that cartoon?
Edge Runners.
Edge Runners. You know what I mean? So all these things are happening. You look at Fallout. Fallout is still on fire because of the TV show. So this is what they're looking at. And I don't have a problem with their strategy, right? I have a problem with the games that they're trying to implement.
Me too. Yeah.
So
that's what I'm about to say.
God of War has been rebooted, right? They scrapped everything with God of War, right? It would be perfect if they can come out with Spider-Man when right after or before the Spider-Man movie comes out, when it's on everybody's mind, or if they could have had a God of War ready, or if Last of Us came out with the sequel of Last of Us. You know what I mean? Everybody is playing Fallout 4, right? You can look at Steam numbers, it's still at 20,000 since the show came out, right? And now everybody's like, when is the next Fallout coming out? You know what I mean? That's what they're looking at. This is why they keep pushing Horizon, because they have a Horizon TV show coming, right? They want people. I said this before. They need PlayStation fans as well as fans outside of their gaming ecosystem to fall in love with their IP. I don't have a problem with what they're trying to do. I just don't think that they're going about it the right way, especially with the right IP. Uncharted should have had a movie a long time ago. Right, they keep and then they're using that little young boy. You know what I mean? It doesn't really, it's not adding up. But Hiroki Totoki said the things that you're saying, that they want to take their video game IP and use it in other IP. That's why, like, we make fun of them, but that's why they're having a musical, or if they haven't already, with their video game music. They have like an orchestra playing video game music.
I actually bought a ticket for Realist. I think Realist. I think it's after Thanksgiving. I think it's the first week of December. So when you head up here, man, I'll give it to you. It's just downtown Fort Worth, man. You can go watch it.
I appreciate that, man.
No problem.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I got 2 kids. I got 2 kids in band, so.
Hey, no problem.
Yeah, but yeah, man, you're right, man. Like, that's what they do. And you're right. The IPs they have, nobody cares about. Like, I'm sorry to say this. Like, Horizon, what? They're making a movie or a TV show? Nobody's not watching that. You know, The Last of Us, fine. They got lucky with that. But of course, The Last of Us was written a movie, so it's just that what they're doing is not working. All right, it's really not working, and that's the main problem with Sony right now. They're not making video games. They wanted to take their IPs and expanded it, but the IPs they have is not the IPs that what people want to see. And number two, they had and the guy talking about, oh, PlayStation does not have a lot of original IPs. And that's the problem. And a lot of these PlayStation guys and these fanboys on Twitter who talk about console sales every day, I'm gonna tell you something. PlayStation right now is dying. And it really is. This is not the PlayStation we everybody grow up. No, I never grew up with PlayStation, but I'm talking about in general, right? It's just that they became too more westernized. They don't care about other games, the other franchises, because the franchises like Killzone, Resistance, that doesn't make any money. I've seen people talk about where's Killzone, where's Resistance. Listen, man, and I would look at your trophy list. You didn't even beat the game Resistance trilogy, dogs. Sit your ass down, right? Sit your ass down. You never even played Killzone. Nobody asked for these games. And that's the problem with Sony, man.
People ask for things, right?
They don't play.
And let's say they make a Killzone game. That game is gonna flop.
It's flop.
And Guerrilla's already come out to say that they don't want to make another Killzone.
They don't want to make it. Who's gonna make it?
You know what I mean? Look, nobody should make it because nobody bought the game when they made it. This is the thing. The games that look, and I appreciate real PlayStation fans, right? Like I appreciate real fans, not these goofy fanboys. Like you should want the games that brought you to PlayStation, right? Because that's why you bought consoles, right? Exclusives. But the problem is people aren't buying the PlayStation 4 exclusives anymore. So when they're not giving you your Killzone, your what's the other one?
Resistance.
Well, Killzone, Resistance, Mag, Warzone. The Mag, Warzone, SOCOM may never happen again as long as Call of Duty is on fire. They're afraid to compete with Call of Duty. They can't do that. So what do they need to do? They got Destiny, but Destiny is losing steam. They need to create something that's different. Because trying to do something that's already being done is not gonna work. You know what I mean? That Killzone's supposed to be a Halo killer. And it's dead. But what I'm saying is movies, what I was saying earlier, movies are a safer bet for them. It's not that they don't care, it's that they need a safety blanket. Sony's been risk averse for years. I've been saying this since last generation. Ghost was cheap. Ghost was like 60 million. I don't know how they did it, but they did it. That's good production. That's the type of stuff that Toki looks at and he's like, what the hell are you doing with a $300 million Spider-Man when we got to get him out 30%?
Fact.
You know what I mean?
Super chat real quick.
I gotta go, man.
Yeah, let me do super chat. And Games Hills, you got the last comment before you leave. Force a legend in the building, man. My bro. Just showing love. God bless everyone in Xbox A1. Yes, sir. Go ahead, y'all. Go ahead, Games.
No, I'm good, man. Everything what really says, he already said it. Because Ghost is what, 60 million? Spider-Man, what, 300 million? Now imagine that Wolverine game costs. And now Insomniac Games become a Marvel studio. So it just that's the theory I have. And look, realist and legal. Don't surprise next year with Fair Games. They're gonna have like a TV show of that, or they're gonna announce a TV show or a mini series on Netflix. If that's the case, I was right. They don't care about making games right now. They care about the IPs they have. They're trying to make new IPs, expanding it to Amazon, Netflix, and make money off of that to make movies and TV shows. That's what they're trying to do. And it's not working. Yeah, you got The Last of Us, fine. But who in the world is going to watch Until Dawn movie? Who's going to watch the Horizon TV show?
We don't know.
And people have a hard time even playing Horizon. Nobody even played the Lego Horizon except me. There was like what 100 people playing that.
Games revealed another game that flopped. God dang.
Yeah, and nobody was. And the crazy thing about it is on the Switch. Even Nintendo gamers are not.
Bro, it's on a Switch and it's not on the PS4, bro. Bro, they thought Nintendo fans was stupid and they were just gonna buy it, bro. That game had like 120 people playing it on.
Nobody
PC,
asked for that shit.
Nobody asked for that shit.
Look, man, nobody asked for it, but you gotta see what they're trying to do, and I can't knock them for trying. You gotta try. If I'm gonna clown them for being sorry and not wanting to compete, I can't clown them for actually trying to build their IP, because this is what I've clowned them for years for. They don't build their own IP.
I get
and they're
that.
trying to build. I just see them build. They're trying to build the wrong IP.
There you
Horizon sold 20 million the first go round, but it was around for years, and the price was low on it for years.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, we can't keep talking about the people who bought it. It sold 20 million. Like, how much did these people play for these games? Is there genuine interest? Like Baldur's Gate, like that game sold 20-something million, and people were paying $60 for it. Elden Ring, same thing. Like, that's genuine interest in that game. Call of Duty, $70, breaking records. Grand Theft Auto, when it comes out, and I know those are the outliers, but I'm just saying we have to gauge the interest in these properties correctly, not just saying that they sold X amount. Like God of War, we'll see just how much interest there is in God of War. How many people really wanted God of War this generation? Because you see it on PC right now without being able to be bundled, and it's only at 400,000. They played the first one. The second one came out with a shorter gap between the console releases. It came out like 2 years after God of War 1 came on PC, and less people bought God of War Ragnarok on PC. You see what I'm saying? So we'll see who's really interested. What?
Realist, Zink, chat pat, look at these donkeys making excuses for this game.
What?
Donkeys kill me, boy. For every flop, there's an excuse.
Where? Bro, hey, my man said the game is gonna do fine. Seriously, how is it gonna all of a sudden start doing fine?
Yeah.
Like when it come out like a poot right out the gate. Like, where's the momentum gonna come from?
Right.
Like it's even on. It came out on PC day one. It came out on Switch. A lot of people were like, Nintendo fans are gonna support this game. Nintendo fans don't want that bullshit either.
No, they want it. They don't want it.
Dude, the best thing they had going was Helldivers. And they better be thinking PC. They might get a Helldiver 3.
Realist, man. When I look, Zink, stop, Zink, you're killing me, man. Zink is getting yo, Zink, on the real, I'm doing this for Dolomite, man.
It's a family flop.
It's family time. I didn't have nothing to do. There's no storms. I've been fighting storms. I haven't been able to do shows. Zink, get you some rest, my brother. We here. You can come back. Leave some comments. I love reading your comment section after the shows, man. Do what you do best, man, because I pay attention to you, bro. And you know how I feel about you. And like I said, man, we're trying to get you on here one time. I want my son to know that I was dealing with a true root gamer. I would love to have Jago6 live on here, man. But I know the timing is off. I would love to sit here and just listen to you guys talk about gaming and see it through you guys' eyes throughout the generations, man. That's the kind of person I am. Look at Dolan, look at Dolan. hey, realist. I guess I might have to. All right, y'all gonna make me unlock realist if we're gonna go another hour because I don't give a damn.
Man, you
tonight.
crazy. I'm about to roll. Hey, I'm about to roll in the bed.
Look, yeah, for real. No, look, Dolan and I, look, everybody. I know we got.
I'm getting old, legal man. I can't be up late.
I feel you, Famo. I got stalking too. I know.
Hey, look. Hey, the older you get, the more you appreciate sleep. I tell you that.
I tell you, that is the truth. But I'm trying to wake up my 13-year-old, man. We got some basketball to watch. But I don't listen, y'all. I feel good. I wanted to get to. I got to get rid of on one more subject, then we'll wrap it up, okay, y'all. Then we'll get it out of here. You were saying something, man, that I've been laughing so, but it's true. Look, it's the wrong games, right? It's just the wrong games. PlayStation fans are putting up a valiant effort to make you think that they're. Look, I don't have a problem with people liking PlayStation, okay? That's not it. Y'all kill it. We're gonna end it. This is the last subject. I promise y'all. Look, I don't have a problem with anybody loving their preferred platform because there's one thing that we all have in common, right? We were gamers. Let's just keep it real for a minute, right? The difference is that PlayStation fans can't talk what they live. And there's an old code, man. You don't talk it if you can't live it, right? You guys really don't demonstrate gaming in a way that ultimately shows the value in it. For people to make fun of other people because they're not paying $4 for a game, but they're paying every month for a service. In the long run, the service is what generates more money than that one video game. Because what you guys don't understand is, if you buy that one video game at $70, for example, right? And let's just say it's a single player game on PlayStation. Well, when you're done playing that game, that's it. There's no engagement. There's no nothing else. That's the end of that, right? So the value of that game is only in numbers now on how many people are still playing it. But as that number keeps going down, that the value of the game goes away. When the game is on a service, there's multiple factors that keep that game healthy. For one, the deal as to why it even got on the service. They get that up. They get that. They get engagement. Okay? They get that. They get the subscription fee, continual subscription fee. They get that. So there's multiple gains to having your game on a service than it is, and not just say a service, but a thriving, healthy service like Gamepass. When you got the Xbox Series X, right, and S, and we learned from the FTC, and this was what was so beautiful, because when you read these, I don't pay attention to these articles and their sales for Xbox because they've always been wrong. They were horribly wrong about the Xbox One last generation, because if you was paying attention to them, you didn't even think the Xbox One sold 40 million consoles. And then we got shocked when we heard the damn thing sold 60. The worst Xbox console sold 60 million. That ought to tell you something. Now, the FTC did something beautiful so that when you hear people like Cygnus being stupid, bringing up numbers, and he doesn't even understand what he's talking about, then that's why we need these files. We need these court cases to bring out these truths. So these documents have revealed that Xbox went from 4 million to 12 million to 9 million. That's 30 million consoles sold. For everybody who don't believe me, let's do the math. That's 4 plus 12 plus 9 is 25. At the end of last December is when we got the report that Xbox had sold 30 million. That was last December. Here we are almost a year later, and you got idiots talking about Xbox sold 28 million. That's why you don't listen to the media. All right. When it comes to Xbox, the media is the last place you want to listen to. So you got Sony, what, 61 million? Really didn't move a lot. They pushed about 2-something million. They really didn't move a lot, but they're roughly 60-something shipped in now. While you got Xbox, PlayStation has about 30 million more consoles in the world than Xbox. Put it like that. I wouldn't even say 30. I'm sorry. Around 23, 24 million.
Man, give them 40 million. It
So,
just make their exclusive numbers
it
look
just
worse.
makes it funny, yeah. So they're off around 8 million off of Xbox right now. I would have Xbox anywhere between 35 and 38. That's where I have them at right now. Because we're not even including the surge that happened with college football. We know that was a big deal. We're not even including Call of Duty. That's why we got the report that there was a massive gain off of Call of Duty. We'll get to the end result. But realists, we know, screw those console sales, right? The big picture is Game Pass. Now, really said something like I told y'all back in the day. And now he's got me kind of wondering if this thing can be true. Because if Microsoft gets 50 million subscribers on Game Pass and Microsoft ends the multiplayer paywall, y'all in trouble, those of the hatership of Xbox. That hatership's going to sink if that happens. You better hope to God. And you know the only reason I'm thinking that, realist, is because of that next Xbox. If that next Xbox becomes its truest form, look, it's going to be hard to compete with that bad boy. Because if this comes true, look at these factors, and we're going to end it, y'all. If the cloud literally becomes a place where all the games you buy are accessible, the cloud can also hold all your saves. We know this from the 360. And Xbox becomes mobile, realists, you have a hostile takeover for people, because that handheld is going to be a count for a console. You was talking about it tonight. When you was cooking about what makes Nintendo in the console space relevant is because Nintendo knows how to make that handheld and that console sell well together. Xbox has never hit 100 million. It's never hit 90. For people to think that Microsoft doesn't want to go out with some kind of bang for Xbox to achieve something that is never done before, you don't understand Xbox. Shout out to my man Rain G4. You don't understand Xbox. Microsoft wants to do what it's not done before. It wants to do that. Next generation is going to be their biggest, and I'm here to predict this. This is going to be their biggest feat generation yet. And I think that generation is going to be a long generation. I expect Microsoft to do some heavy pushing. Realists, I expect Microsoft to finally give you what you want from Game Pass. Microsoft is going to finally be breaking down Game Pass. They ain't got to lie about Game Pass. Game Pass is so good that all you have to do is put it out there, promote it, and it just makes sense. People going to flock to it. They're going to see, realists, they're going to see the influence of Xbox gamers walking around outside with those handhelds. Everybody's going to want one. See, the thing about it is, realists, PlayStation doesn't appeal. Nobody wants these PlayStation games. The world, Brain G4, Others Inc., the world don't want PlayStation games. If they did, they would be here. Realists, I'm going to say this again. The world of gamers in the world don't want PlayStation games. If they did, they would still be here. Bottom line. The world wants Xbox games and Nintendo games and PC games. You know why? Because they're still here. Rain, they're still here. Jago, they're still here. That's it. Bottom line. So when you get these Xbox, you saw the report today that Microsoft is turning heads in the South Asian market. The marketing power of Xbox in the Asian market is beginning. Microsoft is getting rid of some people and bringing in new passionate people. And I'm going to end it like this, realist. I want to see a day where the Xbox fans can look up, right? Watch a show and just be thrilled because the persons on the show, the people on the show are just as thrilled. You know, Xbox just can't be taken advantage of. It can't be taken for granted, is what I'm saying. There's a lot of people. Yes, sir, Rain. Yes, sir. There's a lot of people that was here and appreciate what Xbox brought to the table from people who were energized. You know, I miss the Kate Yeagers. She brought that energy, young, vibrant, pretty, but she brought that energy. You saw somebody that enjoyed being with Xbox. That's what I'm talking about. You know, you just don't see that. You just don't see that these days. I don't understand how Microsoft don't invest in that. Being a fan of Xbox ain't a bad thing. That your fans are the ones that are actually out here bringing people to Xbox. It ain't what you think, it's what you know. So that's how I'm gonna end the show. I hope that you all got something out of today's show. I just wanted to be honest and upfront. Shout outs to Stalker 2 and those devs. I'm so glad that game is getting the success that it deserves. Shout out to the Xbox community that can't get enough of just the marketing. And every time we turn around, all you see is something new coming towards Xbox. Shout out to that energy. Shout out to the hard work that's happening. And you know, next year it doesn't seem to stop for Xbox. So we got Thanksgiving coming up. Hopefully everybody be safe. We're gonna probably do one more show before the holidays. But until then, y'all, remember to keep it gaming. Realists, let them know where they can find you at, bro.
They can find me right here on Di-RRec Gaming. Said every week we do a show, man. I'm about to close Twitter, bro.
Yeah, don't close it.
Too many goofy people on Twitter, bro.
Yeah, just ignore it. Don't
saying dumb stuff. I gotta ignore them. Might as well not be there.
Nah, it's all good. Just keep it open. Just keep it open.
Nah.
You need to be in tune with the news at least. You know what? That's all. That's all. But it's been goofy, man. You know, we do what we do. It's been goofy. It has. It's been goofy. You can't help it because you're dealing with people that don't even play the games. That's the thing. And I get it. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna keep it 100 over here. I want to say a shout out to all the people who did membership gifts today, man. Double, nothing but double respect on that. Thanks to everybody that came out. Thanks to my root gamers. Thanks to Django6 and others for always coming in and blessing the show. For real, y'all. Y'all know what y'all mean to me. Thanks for Chat Pack. The Chat Pack is always in the Nolan Knight, I did it for you, man. I told you I was gonna do it, bro. I did it for you, man. I hope you enjoyed it. To everybody that's always been supporting our channel, appreciate you, man. To Realist, to 117, to Crazy Lou, and the Xbox International gang over there. To my man, Eternal shout out to all what they put in to the Spanish community, man, and spread love across the continent. It's just beautiful. To our homie Jeremy Merchant that came in tonight representing Australia, Metroplex Gaming from Canada, man. Everybody that comes in, Rain G4 from Atlanta, all y'all, man, that come in and make this show really what it is. We can't say enough that we appreciate y'all. Hey, this is
Thank you.
the representing Di-RRec Gaming. Remember to let nobody take the one up in your life. Everybody deserves that second chance. Grab your chain, never tuck it in, and hold it tight. Nobody take it from you, man. And in the meantime, we about to get up out of here. We're going, hey, Realist, I'm coming down to Houston in my spaceship, man. Before you go to bed, I'm going to track you down wherever you at. I know you're on the road. I'm going to find you. Well, I'm going to take you to Bermuda, man, for about 3 hours, man, and then fly you back, bro.
God, dog, man. You hit the lotto?
Yeah, man, we about to do it big. We're gonna get up out of here. Shout out to Cygnus, shout out to Keelan Blood and Mike Johnson for holding the flag down on the PlayStation side of things. It takes a lot of faith, but you guys are doing it too, man.
A lot of blind faith.
A lot of blind, but y'all are doing it. And you know you can come in here and represent your flag tastefully done. Once again, man, God bless everybody. Yeah, bro, I'm taking them to Bermuda, other Zinc. We're going to get up out of here, y'all. In the meantime, y'all be safe. God bless. You got it, Dolan Knight.